Everybody, hey chat, we're back. Hey now, thank you. Thank you for being patient there. So here we go, we're into 2023 and we're off to the Sodaron VOD reviews. So here we go. We're gonna start. We'll do these next two as a test run, we'll say, the Team Liquid ones, and then we'll really get to work with the G2 ones and maybe probably focus LEC stuff, but we'll see how the Team Liquid stuff goes. So this is like a trial run for 2023 because this is new. Had to get my coffee, had to eat some food. So here we go. See, I have a problem where like I said, my vlog is like I want to always put on a good show, right? And it's like I want to put on my best show, and I can't understand that with streaming it's not like that. Like you just go practice type of thing. It's kind of what streaming's like. And maybe I shouldn't go that far into that. People get upset. But you know, there's some type of, when you're on a stream, we'll just say we'll not ruin it. There's some type of entertainment quality to this, right? Like you're watching this for entertainment. Maybe no educational purpose at all. You're just pure entertainment. Now I, Sodaron, like to throw in some education with my entertainment. So my show, I would like you. Of course, it's weird because I wanted to be like a teacher type or a professor type. Again, I threw the word like in there, and I don't like it, but I thought I would be a good teacher or professor. I don't really want to go to college and do a teaching degree and all that, so I'm fine teaching League of Legends to my kids out there. So that's what we're doing, and that's what I've been doing anyways. So anyways, I can turn that off. Get to this. Maybe you've checked out my stream here, which I think this stream VODs are really starting to take off here, where it's worth the time and doing this. So I think all of followers, friends out there, please tell everyone, subscribe to the channel. It's not really that important yet. We're trying to get views more than anything. But when you get into streaming stuff, the most important thing is the subscribing and the following, like on the Twitch. Most important right now is following Sodaron on Twitch to get the affiliate. The next step is to get the affiliate program, which Sodaron's not far off, so should get that, because that would allow me to stream a lot more. It would have some type of income, I think. But one day at a time. So what did I say we're doing? Immortals and Team Liquid. I already had it set up.
I've done this many times.
I have this set up wrong.
Building a team of new players, but it's always a new experience. Building a team on paper is one thing, but having them come together in person, play with each other, and interact is a different challenge completely. The main goal for this bootcamp is to just get together for the first time, see each other face to face.
So for Core, I think he's very happy right now. Watching him playing scrims, playing solo queue, he is just having the time of his life.
I think Marin is really challenging him, which is something that he's been looking for a long time.
I don't know if there is any words we can have a better coach than Marin and Reinover combo.
경두면
안 죽었나?
아니 죽었을 것 같아.
아니 너 이 맞췄으면 바로 잡았다.
막 이가 안 맞아. 아니면 저거는 최소한 썼어야지 붕어라게.
I've been very happy with Marin and Reinover actually. Seeing them giving feedback and how they're actually coaching these players during reviews, even during solo queue time.
뭐 지금은 스크림을 그나마 잘 하고 있어서 뭐 그렇게 생각나는 건 딱히 없고 다 좋은 말만 해주셨는데 저희가 여기서 좀 더 못한다니 좀 무섭게 해주실 수도 있을 것 같아서 좀 걱정이 되네요.
As a team, we're able to talk about a lot of stuff, able to talk about a lot of concepts, and I see us improving as a team very quickly.
All the guys are also practicing very diligently in solo queue. You know, I stay at the practice room for a pretty long time. I leave to go to my hotel around like 2, 3 a.m. most of the time, and
so it's been a week
all 5 players still playing solo queue. And we didn't make any requirements for them to stay and play solo queue longer. These guys are just naturally grinding, and they want to practice. They enjoy playing the game, improving and wanting to improve themselves. So I'm just super excited to see how this team is forming up.
A week with this team has just completely changed my perspective on what it is like to be a part of a community. First off, I don't speak Korean, shocker, but that has not prevented anyone on the team from trying to have conversations with me and trying to include me, which is so nice.
I didn't expect the guys to be so funny and so positive. This is one of my few times to have like this much of like a good vibe, despite, you know, like winning or losing.
좀 냉정하게 개개인만 따져봐도 저희가 굉장히 최상위권에 있다고 생각하고.
One thing I can tell you guys is that I know everyone wanna see LCS team succeed in international stage, and then we'll be the one that make your dream come true.
Down railroad tracks. I also saw something right there too that said Walt Disney something. You could vaguely see that. I have this really small attention to detail problem. Notice how that said
that make your dream comes true.
Walt Disney Concert Hall. That's how fast I see small details. That's why I was in my vlog. Like, I'm the type of person to hire at Riot. Like, I see
and
this
then
stuff
we'll be the one
first glance
that
through.
make your dream comes true.
You know,
welcome back, everybody.
Like,
Big thanks to TL for that
here.
footage from Squad. Be sure to check out the next episode of Squad. That drops on Liquid's YouTube channel next week on the 15th.
Yeah, and I think
that's why I was
for a lot of people, this roster is really
eating,
exciting. They did not start off how they wanted to, but I do think, you know, watching this, talking to them, this is a long-term project, right? And you heard Kors say it there, like, we know you're sick of losing. We think this philosophy is the way to do it, and we will be that team.
But hey,
which is grinding. Something of just like working hard every day, and that's something that they've kind of expressed. And you're right; it's going to take some time. Hopefully, that time starts this week, right now.
Yeah, and for me, if I look at the other side, I mean, TL started 0-2, Immortals started 0-2 as well. I do want to pull up the drafts that they had from last week.
Important stuff.
And specifically, kind of pull your attention to the bot lane picks. So you can see right here. TSM picked Lucian Nami. Normally the handshake for that is like a Zeri Lulu lane, but they instead picked Draven Pike. They lose that game.
They just sidestep the handshake.
Get to the second game as well. Another bot lane handshake situation. If we look at this draft, it's Sivir, Lulu, when Zeri is there. So they're trying to handshake, but they lose once again. And I did some more digging, actually. I think this bot lane just has a problem with handshakes. So this is footage that happened after the 100 Thieves game. And if you watch Fleshy specifically, that one's a little shaky.
Coming into
this one's a miss.
0 for 2.
And then he misses 3 in a row.
He stick shifted him.
Yeah, he gets the last 2. He is a learner, so maybe they'll be able to win towards the end. But we need to break this down a little bit more.
So he puts in reverse 2, okay.
Yeah, so I will say this does go a little bit both ways. Handshaking is a little bit about intuition. So when you see, if you're Fleshy right here, you have to understand that your opponent is not looking at the hand. So then it becomes on you to look at the hand. But I also think it's a little bit of a bait.
He's going in kind of for a hug, but it looks like a handshake, I think.
All right, let's keep it going. The second one,
they think
again,
I'm so stupid, they have to show me
mid-hug,
what I'm looking at.
Busio, his eyes are up here. For a second, they were kind of looking over top.
Yeah, so neither one's looking at the hand until it's too late.
But you got to say, after missing two
that's
in a
what
row,
I'm learning about my analysis.
Look, he's got a lot of talent.
Tenacity saw the awkwardness. Tenacity's cool as hell, so he's already like giving him what he should do.
You have to be able to make that read if you're going to win handshakes in the LCS. But I will say, Bjergsen,
my tweets,
he's locked in.
MVP.
He knows exactly what's happening.
10 years of handshake experience there.
Yeah. So Doublelift and Bjergsen crushed the fist.
He gave the cock back so you can see it's coming.
Better experience.
Yeah, so that's it with handshaking. Hopefully Immortals can improve on that. And Revenge caught up with Piosik or Mark, I forget the name, before the game.
From America, we only know so much.
Okay, guys, I'm here before the game with Piosik. So I don't know if you guys saw my vlog yesterday, but Ken V had some words for him before the match. He told him
the thing
to be careful.
Doublelift always says?
Piosik, what do you have to say to Ken V?
Ken V, you die.
Whoa, I'm invading you. I'm invading you level 1. Watch out, watch out. Okay, good luck, bro.
Good luck.
Oh, damn! There's already some blood that's going to be happening on the water. But what's up, guys? We're back. 4th and 5th game coming your way. First one is Immortals and TL. And before we get started with anything, Kobe, it's a very special mid laner's birthday. To 22nd birthday, Harry Kane, baby, from Team Liquid. Everyone say happy birthday. Actually, you know what? We have some time. We're going to sing it properly for him. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I guess this is hard.
He can't hear. I can tell.
Happy birthday, dear Harry. Happy birthday to you.
Looking at the roster.
There we go.
They want me to say Wikipedia, but
you have a good singing voice. Well done, well done. For a second there, by the way, when they were doing the handshaking analysis, Jat started it with a good point. I thought he was going to go more on the bottom lanes because Jan and Core JJ is one of the most hyped up coming into the season bottom lane on Team Liquid. And they have done both games, every single game so far this year, of Lucian Nami. And Lucian Nami also...
First pick Lucian, too, every single time.
Yeah, and Lucian Nami getting a little nerf on this B patch that we are playing on now. I think for sure they change it up. With Team Liquid, their expectations going 0-2 in week 1, I have to think they're going to have a completely different strategy here.
And there definitely might be some change going into the draft in terms of what priorities might be. I think the other expectation is, how is this roster going to play around Summit? We know that back on C9, there's a lot of focus towards giving Summit a lot of resources. Piosik back in DRX.
Enemy is focused on giving him a lot of resources too, baby.
It's the other way around in terms of momentum. But Piosik coming from DRX, not really necessarily known for giving King a bunch of resources back over in the LCK. It's been more so focused on mid lane and towards the bottom lane. But we'll see if that strategy changes up after a week of scrims, a time to reflect for this, you know, mix of terms of experience, both young and very veteranship on the roster.
Definitely will be. And Immortals, you can see, they had the interview there. Revenge has been doing good work with the vlogs, by the way. Follow Revenge.
I haven't done this in a while. I should be leveled up, guys. Like, I really should be at the next level in this analysis and VOD review stuff, talking on camera. So if I was to do a show called Next Level, I got to put my money where my mouth is and be at the next level. So I got to put the work in to be at that level. And I don't know what, like I said, there's others out there I've seen. Like, there's this guy that's been on TBS that talks about Counter-Strike. He's been on camera so much. Like, there's a lot to get to. Never going to get to his level. He's always going to be chasing to get to his level. But, you know, to like ever be on a show like that with somebody like that, you got to at least be at their level a little bit. You're going to look like an idiot coming on. So, and I'm not in the brand to be the idiot that gets knocked down. That's just not me. That's been my comeuppance in the world to get my brand going, is be the guy that's been beaten down all the time. That's not my place once I get there. I've already done that for 10 years, so that's not, you know, maybe once I get there, I can be the punching bag. I don't care. Ones that deeply, truly know me in this, I never aspired to be on camera. That's been kind of the problem. What's held me back is they've been saying to do content stuff. You seem to know what you're talking about. But that's not the medium we're in today. We don't write books, Sodaron. We don't write books about League of Legends. Sodaron's already tried to write the books about League of Legends, and nobody wants them. There's another guy out there doing good work, Jensen Go. Go check him out. He's trying to get a go. Start and a footing in this coaching thing. I protect the coaches in League of Legends, and I protect the players. That's just Sodaron and who I am. And I guess the casters. Now, I don't know why Riot thinks I'm such a bad guy, because the way Riot treats me is if Sodaron has some wanted poster in the Riot headquarters that says, do not hire this guy. And whenever you see him also, make sure he does not win solo queue. He must lose every single game, so troll him as hard as possible. I'm pretty sure that's in the Riot headquarters and has been there for 8 or 9 years now. And I've never tried to work against Riot. They've been so blind, they can't see that I've been out here helping them the entire time. I should not like Riot and be in business to get them, but I'm not, because I like their game and I like the culture they've created. There's always going to be things to complain about, but they've created some type of... I put it in my Twitter earlier. Follow me on Twitter. It's at MSMILLS22. I'll show it another time, but it's not Sodaron. Somebody took Sodaron or whatever. Go figure. It's just like TikTok. Couldn't get it on there. Go figure. Whatever. There's probably somebody that bought it, or there's somebody out there pretending to be whatever. That's more of a compliment than anything, isn't it? If you got somebody out there pretending to be you, then obviously you're good at what you do. Anyways, follow me on Twitter. Follow me back on Twitch. It's really important to get the need it by MSI. You know, I need the Twitch affiliate, because if you also help me get the Twitch affiliate, Twitch partnership stuff, that means that I'm the type of person I'll be traveling around going to probably conventions and stuff. So, I mean, maybe not. Who knows? I would be the person that's kind of a incentive to get in and do that work, right? Like, you never hear enough about Twitch. Here's a plug for them. That there is a program that, why go work at McDonald's, kids, when you can work for Twitch from home? But there's a whole catch to it, and there's a whole system to it. You've got to do their thing. You can't just come in and take it over, right? That's what Sodaron's been trying to do for 10 years. So there is a system to it, and I've been ignoring it for 10 years. I've just now looked at the little window in my... I'll show you. Like, I've been ignoring this for years. Maybe I'm not allowed to show you. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of rules to it, too. I don't remember what it was, but it shows what I've earned and stuff.
Alright, that's one.
Probably not even allowed to show it anyways. It's probably not a good idea. Seems like there's a lot of rules to Riot Games and Twitch that they don't tell you, you know.
Follow Immortals.
Oh well.
He's always checking in with all the players, but they're targeting Pioshik right off the bat. The Elise, even more feared than the champion that he's named after.
I'm not trying to badmouth Riot. It's literally to be the ones that fixed society and everything, like Riot proclaims, that they go around telling the world that they're saving the youth and the culture and everything. Right. If you buy that, then I don't know. Where was I going?
The Elise got the first ban, follows it up with a Kindred ban, 100% targeting towards Pioshik here, and the early action that's possible with an Elise.
Riot Games. I'm never trying
The Elise got the first ban.
They do it to themselves, and then they don't get why. But Riot Games, the way they set themselves up,
and follows it up with a Kindred ban, 100% targeting towards Pioshik here, and the early action that's possible with an Elise.
So this is patch 3.1b. Now, I can't exactly tell you what's in it, and I saw that they missed a patch up today, that the ranked queues was down. I thought about streaming ranked earlier today, and gosh darn it, of course I couldn't, so I'm doing my VOD review, which I'm kind of playing with you. It really don't matter one way or the other. That's truly who I am. So, but
is unmatched by any other champion right now. So Immortals, they're all.
I think I'm good at the VOD reviews, but who knows?
Already worried about this early game snowball from Team Liquid. You know, it definitely looks like they want to play a little bit longer of a game.
It does mean that the available champions that you would expect out of Pioshik or Kenvi is not going to be as exciting or as early game pace, but you still have the flexibility with the Vi still available. And I know
hardware coming the end of this year or something. I keep doing this. I don't know what I was looking for. Oh, this thing. Start getting too much stuff loaded up. I put my pictures or something down here. Weird. There we go. Okay.
You've been a big fan of the Black Cleaver Rush for the Vi, especially packing a lot more damage and just a very efficient item overall. Coming out
the item was already good, and then on this B patch, it got extra 5 AD and extra 50 HP.
Love that extra
beautiful. Bottom lane, meanwhile, is the target here for Team Liquid. So when we were talking about, you know, this Lucian Nami over, the Ashe and the Kalista both off the table. Two of those AD carries that also duo as supports here, as we've seen already earlier today as well. Being targeted, and it looks like Immortals want to be the ones to go with the Lucian Nami. Now, the reason that you always go with the Nami pick rather than the Lucian pick first, if you're aiming for that duo, and you'll see it a lot in the LCK, they will just yoink away the Lucian, and then you have the Draven Nami instead. Kind of like the second best there, you know, pairing there with the Nami, and that's what they're flirting with right now. It's could be the Lucian takeaway, and then the default is to pair the Nami with the Draven instead.
This would not be Tactical's first time around with the Draven.
Now you're putting Immortals where they're only taking Nami because they want Nami and Lucian. So now Immortals is being set up in a bad place where they're probably going to lose the game already because there's no other use. Nyla's pretty good with Nami, but nobody's playing Nyla right now. Like me, I would have been like, all right, take Nyla with Nami. But there's a little meta and rules, and got to play this way, so got to play by the rules. G2 didn't play by the rules today, and it seemed to work out pretty well for him, though. I've never been a G2 fan, so G2's starting to grow on me a little bit. That's why we're going to do G2 stuff, because I've never really looked at G2. I've been looking at them from afar. When I was watching LEC, I don't know, I really just didn't pay attention to them that much. I've been more like an underdog type guy anyways. But now I really like G2. They're really growing on me. I don't have favorite teams.
We saw it with the Pyke.
But we've got Fanatics eliminated already. XL's eliminated already. There's two shames right there, because those are two teams that everybody expected to be at the top, very top. Should be top 4. Vitality, G2, Fnatic. Who else? G2, Fnatic. Who else should we throw in there? Vitality, XL, right? XL should have been the 4th one. Vethio. He's your LEC's big next Chovy. Self-proclaimed. On his Twitter, he's the next Chovy. It's putting a lot of stress on his shoulders being that guy. Will he pull it off? But I expected XL top 4 team. I expected Fnatic top 4 team. I expected G2 not a top 4 team, actually, because they got like a whole new roster coming in. So they're performing better already off the bat than I expected. G2. Vitality. Yeah, they look pretty good. I was joking about it on Twitter today that that Perks was carried by Vitality. That it was a game where Perks, it was like he was almost trying to not win, right? Where Perks was a guy a couple years ago, he's in C9 and he had to carry an entire team across to victory, carry 4 other players, or don't. And when they say that, guys, don't take that so literal. When they're like they literally had to carry 4 people, they don't really mean like the one guy did all the work. It's kind of a metaphor. A lot of my problem with the internet and the youth is you take things too literal. You don't understand that things are metaphors, that things are like paintings. You don't have to completely understand. You look at a painting, no one person's going to see it the same way. Different qualities pop out and stuff. Same thing. So don't take like the stuff you read, let's say on the internet, so literal, or just words in general. Like this is some advice I've given about me being in English was my strong suit in college and high school, and literature and writing, and good at it. And you don't have to take definitions in stone that are in books. Like you're taking the definitions in your head that you're reading in books and writing them in stone in your own head. And it's not like that. Like definitions in a book can evolve. Like a word, what you read, the definition of the word isn't end all be all. It can grow and become deeper meaning to you. Like that idea can blossom like as a flower in your mind, that word, and become a much deeper thing every time you think about it. When you're looking at what it means I'm looking at a dictionary right now. When you look, it's a really old Webster's. I'm not a person that's full of BS. Like if I needed a dictionary, I've got an old dictionary. But you don't have to take these words so literal in here. Like, what I mean is they can grow and mean more than what they say. Like, this isn't end all be all, guys. It's like, let's say like this word's a value of money in this book. That value of money can increase over time. Definitions and words and mean more to you than what you take them as face value in here. And that's Sodaron's little bit of advice he'll give you today in life as an adult. But because that stuff gets costly and others get upset when he says things like that. It actually turns them off. Whatever. Piss on him. Okay. So let's get going again.
Unfortunately, it didn't live up to the hype that we were really waiting for, but there's always a second go around, and Tactical has played it to great success in the past. TL, answer as you called it, solution trade, Sejuani being locked in for Pyosik, just some standard stuff for the roster.
I'm a huge fan of Sejuani right now, too. In a world where junglers... Perma-farming is not the way to go. You're a tank, frontline champion for your squad, plus you can create a lot of ganks with melee solo laners. And you talked about Summit at the very beginning here. If you want to go camp top lane, get him on a melee champion with a Sejuani jungle. That will transition really well towards the later stages of the game as well, since you are going to have that playmaker, that front line. Sejuani, technically, yes, you can as well flex it to have Summit be the Sejuani player.
Immortals got
I am assuming that it will be in the hands of Pyosik, though. And there's the Draven that we talked about.
Stream, so make sure
Kasante also locked in for Mr. Revenge up the top lane. Now, we aren't towards the second banner phase, so this could be an option.
We will be playing Kasante because I just picked him up, the new champion. And I've played one game with him so far. And being a coach and analysis and stuff, I went over it in my vlog earlier. I was reading his abilities and stuff, and his skins, looking at him. He's got a pretty cool skin. He's an emperor. I was reading his abilities. Apparently, he's a very prideful guy. He's the pride of Nazuma. He's got a really weird kit. I just don't get his ult. You gotta take a gamble. every time you're using Casante's ult. It's a gamble. Casante smashes an enemy away. If the enemy hits a wall, big gamble, they will go through the wall taking more damage. Casante will appear behind the target and goes all out. Disappearing? Casante smashes an enemy away. If the enemy hits a wall, I guess if he smashes you and the enemy must get knocked up or something. So if they strike a wall, they will go through the wall taking more damage. So it's a guy that shoves you through a wall, taking more damage. Casante will appear behind the target. So after he shoves you through the wall, then he ends up behind you on the other side and goes all out, whatever all out means. That's the name of his ultimate. Shredding his defenses, but greatly increasing his damage. What a weirdo. Casante's abilities mark targets to take more damage on his next attack. So I guess his passive stacks up. The tofu strikes. Maybe the end silent edits just tofu strikes. Strike a weapon forward, damaging and slowing all enemies in a short line. On hit, grants a stack for a few seconds. At 2 stacks, this skill fires a shockwave that pulls enemies in. Oh great, another champion that pulls people. Pathmaker. Casante charges up before dashing. Casante is unstoppable and takes less damage while charging. Any targets hit by the dash are knocked to the end of the dash and stunned. Great, Casante has a stun and a dash, so he has a dash with a stun. And knocks you up. Footwork. So you give give him 2 dashes. And they got a tank that can get in and get out. So Pathmaker and then footwork. Yeah, because you got Gnar, and Gnar can go in, but once you go in, and you go in a team fight, you're probably not going to get out. You don't have some type of dash to get out safely. Or Nyla, the way her kit seems to work is you can get 2 dashes off. Same thing, she can dash in and dash out. So Riot gave Casante 2 dashes. I know what some of you are going to say. That's pretty. All right, we're doing the Team Liquid.
Option to lock in your counter, right?
And the perfect melee top laner would be the Gwen right now. Gwen, melee, works so well with Sejuani and...
Week 2, Day 1, LCS Spring 2023. Okay, so in this game, Immortals is going to ban Elise, Kindred, Jax, and then on the second round, they're going to get Akali and Fiora. And Team Liquid's going to ban Kalista, Maokai, Ashe, and then on the second round, they're going to ban Vi and Azir. What insight would you like to tell you about this? Again, the way the draft's going, teams want Lucian and Nami. There was the change with Lucian where his passive stacks some type of thing with I don't even remember. It's been so long ago now. I don't even. It gives some type of extra attack speed where Lucian, his passive. I think I have to think about this stuff. I mean, for being a guy that doesn't get paid from Riot Games, aren't you asking a lot of shit out of me for free and not paying me anything to know all this shit? And wanting me to sell your game to people and expecting that out of me? I mean, I don't even like saying that stuff on my VODs and streams, but I mean, that's kind of extreme. I mean, you want me to know all these abilities and all this stuff and what they do, and that's still not good enough to be a person that talks about or does this stuff for a living? So anyways, Lucian, his passive is a second. I think there's two parts to Lucian's passive. There's a second, and excuse me, my content and all that, I don't say stuff like that, but that's one thing that kind of bothers me. It's like, there's only 150 champions and they all do all these different things and blah, blah, blah. And then somebody that can decently talk about them, still not good enough knowledgeable to do any of this. It's just crazy. Anyways, his passive gives an extra auto attack, right? Like whenever he does an ability, like he uses his Q procs, it gives Lucian an instant auto attack. And I really like Lucian's one of my best champions, one of my favorite champions, and a lot of it I think is on trades. When I'm playing, I use that second. I make sure I get that second auto attack off, where like maybe a bronze player or a silver player won't know to get that extra auto attack off, or maybe a couple auto attacks. They'll literally just Q and back off, where I'm queuing auto, W, auto, and getting 2 or 3 times the amount of damage out they are on every trade. But or I'm a support doing 75% of the damage, and then my AD can't do the rest. And then I'm a bad support. I did have a girlfriend, the story I said about, I taught her and literally she got to gold and instantly she became better at the game than I was. And she literally complained where I'm playing Morgana support and I'm literally doing 75% of the damage into the enemy bottom lane, making her work easy where she literally didn't have to do much. And she's complaining that I'm doing too much damage, being too good. Complaining to me that I'm too good. That doesn't make any sense. All she had to do was just do the 25% of the damage and we won the bottom lane. But she couldn't do that and took off and started literally playing with other guys and supports and all this. And this has happened to me. And why I don't date girlfriends or whatever. I will never, ever marry or be with a woman that's in esports. Ever. Never. I don't lie, and I'm not lying about that. Never. I'll never have another girlfriend that plays League of Legends with me. Never. They'll just run off and get with somebody else and get a higher rank and want to be challenger. So, there's probably one out there that I was the catch of her life and she'd rather be gold ranked. So I'm just a nobody. I'm unranked. But, it's all right. So I will never, ever date another girl, an esports girl, plays League of Legends. I'm 36 years old, so some of that statement, if you might go over your head of what I'm saying. But be careful, guys, because you can literally go and support a girlfriend and get her to gold, and she'll take off and go with somebody else to get platinum ranked and leave you behind or challenger. And I'm sure that happens all the time out there. So don't think it's a joke. Actually take that serious, because I'm saying that as serious advice to all you fellas out there that are probably being pulled over one by females out there. So just, and the one that thought she got it over on me didn't. So, I mean, whatever. Sure, she's happy. So, anyways, we were talking about Nami and Lucian. Now, this is where I got to have a person that comes in and edits, and then we sit and laugh about the things I said and take it out. And I didn't say the S word or say all that, so you gotta don't count that against me. And I can smile and laugh, and I do have fun. I'm not a bad actor. I must say, I can literally sit here and say the most ridiculous things and not laugh. You can get me laughing. You can make me laugh so hard that I literally like roll around on the floor. That's my favorite. Like, that's the thing about me is it's all about laughing. It's all a game to get a good laugh. That's something my grandma taught me. So I think I'm really funny. I think I'm a comedian. It's just some of you take me really serious or don't know how to take me yet. Might be some of it too. Sometimes I don't think I know how to take myself is some of the problem. Because I can be the serious coach you want, but is that real? Is that entertaining? I mean, coaching is real. Some of you think that it's not, and it's just make-believe, but it's a real thing. And being there for players day in, day out, that's the thing. It's not so much the system and the coaching. That's the easy part. Coach Mar in there, he actually is the good coach. He's the part I'm going to vouch for here in a second. There's probably not that much of a system he has in place. Team Liquid might have their system there. But he's there with his players day in, day out. We've seen Marin play in solo queue. I think I had it on one of my things where I was watching, or maybe talking about it. I don't know. I was watching. Marin was streaming. I remember he was playing Kindred with Eon. I was watching the stream. And but you don't get paid watching streams. So for me, I've watched them for 10 years. Where did it get me? So it's time that I stop watching them and start streaming because it's not going to get me anywhere. And really, it's not helping you guys by me just watching because apparently there's a lot of people who don't get any of this at all, and we need to fix it. Going heavy on this cup of coffee, but it's 2:19 in the morning and I'm working right now. I got up at before 11, so, and that's late for me. I want to get up earlier, but I can't get out of this cycle yet. Anyways, this is supposed to be a VOD. VOD review. They being Team Liquid took Lucian away from Immortals, so that already it's not so much the Lucian being taken away, it's the Nami. They got left with the bad end of the draft that you take Lucian, it's a duo, it's a package deal, Lucian Nami. Now I don't like duos and I don't want that. And I'm thinking a lot of teams you say this is where you'll like my content stuff, and it's why I want to get closer with players and teams because I don't know, maybe I'll be more of a journalist and not a coach or whatever. Maybe I can get closer to players and stuff and give a little bit more insider information. But there probably are little games going where they know that all the teams know that Lucian Nami's not that strong of a draft, but they kind of trick each other into drafting things they want. They're manipulating each other. So they're doing it to leave somebody with a bad end of the draft. So like Lucian, for example, is okay probably on his own, like on Team Liquid without Nami. But Nami is probably so specifically made to be doing with Lucian in the current meta or whatever they're trying to do. Because of, like I said, the passive on Lucian. Or Nyla has she has an experience passive which again, I went on a rant about this and I'm not trying to make Riot look bad or whatever, but you already had a champion named Zillion that had a passive that gave XP to others and at one time had a 10% global boost of passive. And then you gave him a passive where You have to go and click on somebody, and it's really bad passive. Zillion is bad. His passive is kind of dumb. Hey, I'm gonna hand this off to this guy. Like that's not a good. It's not balanced at all. That I choose who I want to give this to, and isn't there like makeup XP and stuff like that? So it already makes it up. But anyways, made this big deal about it, and then you give Nyla the same thing. You give Nyla a XP boost as a passive. Or it's not, I don't think it's Nyla, I think it's her lane or like who's around her. They get a bonus XP off whoever's around the champion. Which might be cool where like maybe mid game Nyla gets good XP around a support and a jungle that are in the lane. So you're 3 in the middle, you're getting a lot of XP on your jungler and support where your others aren't. That might be a really good thing for Nyla that's strong that teams don't know or see. At around 15 minutes, Nyla, her passive really starts kicking in around more. I could probably see like more later in the game when you got 3 champions. I could be wrong. I haven't like looked into the numbers, and that's the whole thing. That's been Freak's game, and I don't like the numbers game. That's what he's good at, making these Excel sheets and all that. That's kind of sad if that's all he gets paid to do, right? Like, hopefully he gets to do deeper stuff like that, or maybe that's all Riot let him do, and I don't know it. Maybe it's kind of coming out now. Who knows that that's about all he was doing at Riot? Who knows? Because they make you think like he's a main guy there, right? At Riot Games, that Freak is, that he's heavily involved. Maybe he was just making Excel sheets and VODs. I don't know. I don't know. I sure feel like I've wasted a lot of time doing some Riot Games, League of Legends stuff that I'm not happy about in my life. So that's just me. I've wasted a lot of time in my 10 years. I waste a lot of time watching their games and stuff for no reason. I mean, if I count it up, I can sit here and really grill Riot Games and make them look really bad. And again, I'm not trying to because I want to work with you. Either side of it, which you know what I mean, and I know what I mean by that, and the other fans don't. That's fine. I don't want to work against you. I want to help fix the game. Or if it's not the game, the system, because you did, not you, that's the problem. You didn't create the League of Legends culture like you think you did. The fans created League of Legends culture. NASCAR has the same problem. And I made a tweet about it, and I'm not joking. League of Legends is the world's NASCAR. NASCAR is America's League of Legends. Same thing. It created an awesome culture that people that like NASCAR love the culture. But guess what? The owner, the person that created the sport that the culture was based off, became the enemy and just never treated the fans good. Just take more and more away from the fans. And that's what League of Legends is doing right now. So they created fans, I guess. Did they? They think they do. They didn't create the fans. The fans created the game. League of Legends didn't create, Riot Games didn't create the culture that they say they did. It was the fans that created the culture. It was people like Monte Cristo coming in and doing the LCK thing and the train whistle blowing thing and starting the hype train. And you got guys like LS completely profiting off what Monty started that probably thinks that he's above him. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're not. Who knows? But that's what it looks like from the outside as the fan point of view. That's all we're here for. We're not for the insider stuff. We're just a stream doing VOD reviews. Maybe hitting some deeper topics, just to test them out, test out the waters for the next level. Where were we going with that? Guess I got to get back to the VOD review part.
And is really good into Cassante. One of the best, if not the best picks into the Cassante. So Summit, how much time have you put on it? Oh, they're not going to lock it in. So I'm assuming Immortals would ban that out as a protection ban for revenge. Take away the Gwen.
Again, like, I'm proud of the work I do here because, guys, and maybe you're starting to see it, I put in so many hours doing this. There's not too many else of you that can even come close to doing what I'm doing. It's hard to stay on top of the meta of everything because you have to watch everything to know and be on top of it. It's like riding a wave. You have to stay on top of all the games and the entire meta. LCK, for example, I've had to put LCK on the back burner. I haven't watched any LCK for the last week. But that's fine. That's Wolf's thing. And that's Valdez's thing. And that's Atlas's thing. Chronicler's thing. I'm not negative about Chronicler. I'm just saying, like, maybe I'm bored of the LEC. I don't know. Like, that's where I excel. Huh.
An option there because, man, it just works so well there with the team.
I'm trying LCS right now. I'm trying to get LEC fans into LCS.
Liquid lineup, but they really wanted to get the Sona here to pair with the Lucian in response. Obviously, they know the next steps as well. If we're going to talk about, draft 3 steps down, the team as well is like, yes, we know it. We're going to grab the Draven when we steal your Lucian. And they want that extra lane power from the Sona. Does scale super nicely as well.
I think that's the interesting part about the draft, right? TL opened up with Lucian, and as the discussion between Nizael and Flowers had early on today, Lucian, we've always known him as kind of this champion that excels in the laning phase, but now, especially with how AD carries play him around the world, he is fantastic in the late game if you have the great positioning in the marksman for it. So now they're leaning into it, knowing that Draven is going to be a superior lane bully, but if you get out of the laning phase, fine. With that Sona behind
stuff, maybe I am a journalist, good at English. You don't know that about me, but writing, the research part of it. I'm really good at the research part of it. Kind of wanted to be a journalist, but the local newspaper here in my area where I live is so bad, I have zero interest to work in it. And maybe that was my bad attitude. I probably have been really good in running some failing newspaper right now. I mean, it's failing. It's literally dying. So I had no interest in it. It's literally to the point where the newspaper's so bad that it doesn't even get delivered to the house the day or time when it's supposed to. That's how bad it is. So why would I want to do that? And to me, it was, why do I want to live? It's the problem I have. I like the life of what I'm trying to create and have with my League of Legends family, you all. I live in a little town that I have no options. I don't like the options my town gives me, so I don't go out and live in my town. That's me. I don't want to go work a dead-end job. I've already tried. I didn't like it. So why would I go do it just because? I would rather fail trying to do what I want. I've seen too many people old telling me I wish I spoke up and said what I wanted to say because I got older and realized that I put up with all this stuff and kept my mouth shut just to live this life that was like meaningless. That my entire life, 70 years, 80 years wasted for no reason, where I had all these opportunities in life to talk to all these people I wanted. And I felt like I wasn't allowed to, so I never talked. No one should ever feel that way. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't. You'll get to a point that you can open up to others. I don't dislike Mac. I may have ranted about it in my last VOD. No, I don't dislike Mac. I actually think Mac now because I wouldn't have done this without him. I wouldn't have this microphone. I wouldn't have this webcam if it wasn't for Mac and Mad Lions. So now it's like I owe Mac the world because I am where I am today. And he helped push me over that edge. So, hooray, Mad Lions. So you gotta, I don't support Mac, and he does his own, and he's got it now because now I don't care or support Mad Lions. I don't have an interest in him. He's got his own thing. It's cool. He's putting out a tweet earlier. He works for a team that's Spanish and English. Put out a tweet that was genius. It's in English and Spanish. That's cool. Never seen a coach do that. That's talking 2 different languages and bridging 2 different worlds together. That's cool. I like that. I thought it was a cool thing last year, trying to work with team completely different region, different language. Just to anyone else would have been turned off by it and walked away. I didn't, because it just pushes me further to learn how to communicate with others and make me a better communicator. I'm really annoying. It's just who I am. I'm not really annoying once you get to know me. Okay. Further into this draft.
Mind you, you're a much different marksman.
Yeah, I mean,
now, I do put this, and this is really important information. And I've got a whole list here of alt timers I'm building. Maybe I'll start sharing them because I don't know anybody else that takes the time to do this. But I'm converting. I don't point this out yet, but I convert the alt timers down to minutes because Riot only gives you seconds. But when they give you 200, and there's a lot of information too that you got to go digging around for if you want to be a good coach and stuff. And so I know that also my VODs and stuff, I am helping other coaches out there in that LOL esports do their thing. So they are listening, looking up to me. So I do realize that. There's this CDR card that I made and I've shared with, but you will find it probably more and more valuable if you're a coach. And be like, wow, I really do like Sodaron because he's taken a lot of time to figure this out. Riot, you'll figure this sheet out and want my system at some point. They don't give you the minutes converted. They give you the seconds, but when you're in the game, you don't really have, you kind of need it this way is what I'm saying. Like Americans, what I'm saying is like my brain as an American, I can't comprehend that 300 seconds is 5 minutes. My brain can't figure that out. So you've got 60 seconds and 5 minutes, 300 seconds. I think Europeans, others think that way, or their minds, or they're educated that way, but Americans are not. So I, as a stupid American, have to go and figure this stuff out. I have for you. I've done a lot of work for you. And last year, you can go in my past content. I give you this card. Maybe I need to market it with my name on it so others don't steal it. But I really don't care. Use it as a basis. Just don't forget Sodaron when he's out there trying to make it big in this League of Legends thing. That's all. Because I do see some of you that listen, and I see the change, and so it makes me proud every time I watch you. Anyways, I take and convert the ults, right? So we've got Revenge here is going to play, again, the more and more you see this list, it probably start to make a lot more sense, and you'll maybe want to use it or maybe not. Or maybe you'll maybe not want to use the system the way I have it, but it'll open your eyes to how you view the draft and what the information they're giving you at the start of the game is, and just help you overall in solo queue and help you overall understanding what the casters are even talking about. Because this is basically the end of the game, and the beginning of the game, booked end. So it's like picking up a book of League of Legends. Say you're picking up the book of Immortals versus Team Liquid, week 2, day 1. That's it right there on a piece of paper. Beginning, end. The rest of it, you watch the VOD, figure out. Or you can kind of, again, you're a coach and you've studied enough of the games and you see the paperwork and the analysis. You can kind of visualize, well, what happened in this game. I can pretty much tell you how it played out in the middle, because then you can start looking at the CS timings and stuff and the stats. But just overall, this stuff isn't so much relevant anymore as when I first developed this back in like season 5. But back then the runes were meant a lot more. So much they don't know because they're more standard that everyone is using the same runes. But there was a time in the game that I kind of liked where you just randomly did not know what runes your opponent was going to run, and they're so much different. And then the trades at the very beginning of the game are so much different because and it did leave a problem in the game too, where there was like people just always taking like flat AD runes and trying to all in or whatever. I went by what Faker would do. He would run CDR cooldown, resist runes or glyphs or whatever, and then the basic armor, and there's just like a specific way. But then over here on the American server, you'd get people that straight up run all flat AD runes on everything and try to all in you at level 1 because they'd have like 30 damage to your 8 or 10 or whatever. So but it made it dumb, so at least took that out of the game and balanced. Runes was a big thing I was really upset about because I did put some money into the game when I first started out, not to buy champions, not to buy skins, basically to buy champions so I could have the runes. I would put maybe I got gypped on that. Maybe the runes weren't even that important and I should have just not even cared about what rune I'm running. And that's probably what it was. I probably fell for the BS then. It's not the BS. I'm the hype, I'm trying to say. When I say that, I'm not saying Riot is full of BS and misled me. I'm saying I fell for hype, that I didn't need those runes. Saying that I could have... At the time I was working, so I didn't have time to go play a million games and test all this out. So I was fine. I'm fine spending money. I've spent like $500 at least, probably maybe more, on champions and skins the first year of this. I have money invested in Riot Games. It's why I'm pissed. I helped you start this. And then you treat me like this. I helped you get your start and you treat me like this. A loyal fan. That I invested $500 of my own money into your company, and then you tell me I'm not even good enough to play. Or I went and worked my ass to go work a job. I took on an extra job in a summertime to get money to buy RP and help you start Riot Games off the ground, and then you treat me like this for 10 years, that I'm a nobody, no good, have a wanted sign at your thing. When I'm one of the people that helped you start this and support you this long, even selling it to a company overseas, and you still won't hire me. And I go and work an extra job just to help you that I don't even need to work to get money to invest in your company to get it off the ground. That's why I'm pissed at Riot Games and League of Legends. And I'm not to say that maybe my investment will pay off in the long term someday. But I did invest hard-earned money, and I actually went and took a job. I didn't steal or stream or go and solo queue and take wins away from people and make VODs about it and cheat my way. I actually went and worked a hard job to get the RP to buy the stuff for the game. And then while I was working in my spare time, I would play League of Legends. And then I had other personal family things I was always taking care of, or I had elder family that I had to take care of. It was my job. When I first started playing League of Legends heavily, I was having to stay at my grandparents and watch them all day. And till my mom or dad came and had internet put down there, and I would just play League of Legends all the time back in Season 3, and I was getting really good at it. But I couldn't be a pro player because there were times where I'd have to stop playing a game that was, I have grandparents that I have to go take care of, and I'm playing this game where I can't pause it or I can't leave the game, because if I do, then I get banned from games I've spent $500 in. So there again, I'm pissed off about the money I spent and invested into League of Legends and Riot Games. So then it caused family problems then and stuff when I'm trying to play this game, and I can't because it takes 20 minutes to get the game going, and then the game should last 20 minutes, and the people want to drag it out for 50 minutes. So then I have personal needs I need to go take care of. I don't have a brother or sister or other that. I'm taking care of grandparents that are elder and need assistance and help. Whatever, none of your business. So I can't AFK or this or that. So the whole game and system is stupid to me, if you want my opinion, because I came into it as a 25-year-old. So even then, taking care of personal, serious problems with family, having to be an adult and be mature, and I'm in a game with people, ha ha ha, F this, F that, ha 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 ha, you suck, ha 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 ha, and then they drag, and okay guys, I need to go, I have to take care of my grandparents, something serious happened, enter, ha ha ha, please surrender the game, I need to go, drag it out 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes, 20 more minutes, because then I can't leave the game, because if I do that, then I'll get banned off the server that I've just put a bunch of money into. So I'm screwed no matter what way I go. So that's the way Riot Games treats people. But people get what they want, and they get what they deserve.
It's always on the player, because having short range in itself is going to put you in that box that you have to play around. Someday. And Jan has been one of the most hyped up promotions to the LCS in a long time as well. So we'll see what he can actually do here. Do want to refocus on that top side of the map though, because they actually have gone for an Akali ban here, leaving the Gwen all the way through.
I don't know if he's trying to sell me
with Jax off the table
or what he's doing. Maybe Riot was like, "Hey, Core, maybe you should pick Sona. Maybe we got a new Sona skin coming out soon. Pick Sona." I don't know. Maybe there's some of that going on there. Who knows? Core doesn't look like a very happy person. If I was me and in contact with Core, I'd be telling him, fuck Riot Games and fuck Team Liquid. Do whatever you want, is what I would be telling Team Liquid right now. Or if I was talking to Summit right now, I'd literally be telling the guy, fuck Riot Games and fuck Team Liquid. Don't listen to them. They were stupid enough to hire you.
As well,
I don't know.
From the first rounds of ban.
I'm just a nobody.
Really does kind of rise in priority here. Moment of truth from Immortals. Do they want to close it off?
5, 4. Oh, okay. Well.
They go with the Fiora, the skill matchup there. All right, Summit. What is it going to be?
They banned out Fiora here. I think they're
You would definitely assume
of,
top lane lock here. Savior, mid lane, counter for Harry. It's his birthday.
I can go on to this on my stream too, but I was big on Summit. Ask mid lane Hokage. I gotta get his name out there because I got a diamond one. I got a friend that plays Rise that he could play and be on one of these teams. He's been challenger. You won't hire him though. You hire a guy from Oceania, or you hire a guy from another region. Probably because you want to pay him less, right? Is why. Like, if it was me, if I was running a team and I want to really have a low save money, why wouldn't you? I would be getting LPL players all day long, but that's just me. I don't do it. I'm not in the dirty business though, so I don't have to go out and look like a bad person in front of people. So I'm not running a team, and I'm not a team owner, and I'm also not Riot Games. I don't have to look like I've got people in other regions that work 20 hours a day, and then in other regions they work 8 hours a day, and then I tell the people, I give them a show at the end of the year, and I tell everyone they're all fair and equal, all of them. These work for 8 hours a day in practice, and these ones, they like 20. They like it, is what they tell people. We only like 8 here. And I just talked to somebody. I went to GoMart before I got this GoMart. There's a gas. I'm doing a local plug. There's a gas station down the road. And I went to get some Blue Moon Belgium white beer. One of my favorite beers is Belgium. It's not made in Belgium. It's just a Belgium American style. It's made by Coors, which I like Coors. So I walked down there anyways, and we got to talking about weed because he said, I made a comment about, I was watching NASCAR the other night, and it was in LA, and there's weed out in LA, right? And that's where, like, skill vampires might be people that smoke weed and like to sit on beaches and couches. Maybe, who knows? And it's legal out in California. It's not legal where I live, so you can't smoke weed where I live, so I wouldn't do it. And I'm honest about what I say, so I'm telling you stories about a game company that have been lying to me for 10 years. And I've been a loyal person and fan of them and treat me like garbage still. So why would I not trust or believe they've got players and people? Why won't they leave California? Is it because of the weed? Why don't they go to Chicago? Why did they move the server to Chicago? Is it because they can't smoke weed in Chicago? So if they got the server in LA where it's legal to smoke weed, nobody will sit there and run the server? Is that part of the problem, that people don't even want to show up on Twitch or do their job anymore, or stream, that they're so high all day they don't want to do anything? I don't know. I wasn't in control of the laws and everything, and blowing everything up so quickly, energy drinks and all this, and weed and everything, that now the youth really don't know what to do. I've been saying dial it back for years, but what would I know? I mean, I don't have any kids, so I guess I'm just some moron, right? I mean, I don't go around spreading my lies to the world. I don't have kids, so that's pretty evident, isn't it? I don't have more kids to spread my lies like all the other people that have kids to help spread their lies, their sins. There's probably a guy that goes around talking about sins and sinners over that. But I believe in having a wife and kids, so I don't agree with that guy. So I'm not him. I believe in having a wife and kid and being married. I had family, a mom and dad married for 36 years. They're not married now. You know why? My dad died of cancer. You want to talk and joke about cancer right now? Because that's something that I really don't like when people say cancer in chat. So I don't really like that. It's not something funny to talk about, because have your dad that was there and your best friend your entire life and watch him slowly die to cancer for 2 years. You'll probably change your tune and not want to joke about it anymore and realize that life's not all about jokes and going in chats and joking about cancer, is it? You know, maybe Sodaron's your cancer now. Who knows? Maybe I'm Riot's cancer now. You know, I don't know if I should be a really slow spreading one or just take you out. I'm just kidding. Why would I say anything like that? I mean, you do help promote chats that go around joking about cancer, don't you, Riot? The company that talks about cleaning the world of toxicity, where you go and make people like me look bad for no reason. Somebody that played Warcraft 3 for many years and knows that this is a ripoff of some custom map that was not even fun to play back in the day. Granted, your game is entertaining and fun. It's really fun when you have a good team of 5 people, but is it fun for the other side? I've yet to see both sides of your games every time. I've never seen a game where both teams are happy at the end. I mean, I watch every other sport and they can congratulate each other and hug or whatever. Like football, they all go in the middle of the field at the end of football. It's like the people that watch Riot Games don't watch sports, and yet they go around telling everybody they're a sport. There's a lot that I haven't hit on yet or even came close to hitting on that bothers me about Riot Games. And I've kind of kept my mouth closed because I don't know what vested interests people that I know have in Riot Games and stuff. So I don't know. I skirt the lines. You know, maybe all of you that work for Riot Games don't even like the company. Who knows? I know Trendemir's my favorite champion though, and I like to play him. I guess here on my stream, I can show you the skins I own of him. I've got the Viking skin in Trendemir. What else? I've got the Demon Blade Trendemir. I don't have the Highlander Trendemir though. That's the one I don't have. It's the best skin in the entire game. It's Trendemir walking around in a brown shirt. I've got the Lunar, what is it? Something Lunar Reveal Trendemir. That's probably my favorite skin. I don't think I have any of the other Trendemir skins. Trendemir is a champion that I've literally played about 2,000 games of, if not more. And I can literally go in 1 versus 3. I've had several games where I've literally 1 versus 5, which is almost impossible to do in this game, but you can pull it off with Trendemir. I don't know, maybe some more skins. Good cup of coffee. I haven't had coffee in a while, so
Counter pick, please.
I didn't mean to get off in a wild tangent.
All the tools, at least just this one time.
I wouldn't want to offend anybody on my Steam.
Man. On his birthday? Well, I mean, if you're gonna blind pick something, I feel like Rise is
all right, you better have. What I'm saying is, Summit better have something really tricky here. I mean, if they're gonna save it for 5th pick for him.
Guys, you can't see this, but Kobe was just shaking his head furiously, like scumbag.
They're seeing the Cassante for so long, and
they
just want their hands on this Rise. Even with the Rise nerfs, was a pretty significant nerf to the scaling. The AP conversion to mana. For Rise hit on the B patch as well, so it's a little bit nerfed here, but Harry's got the confidence. And if you're showing Rise, you're showing I'm gonna roam to both side lanes. You've got Lucian on bottom side. Draven lane's always insanely volatile. Draven Lucian going to swing very heavily by what jungler, what mid laner can get down there. So Harry is gonna have a lot to do this game. And Immortals here for a Blaze Olive. Your pick now into the Rise is the Kassadin. It got all the way through, and he's going to lick the scale.
And we could do more analysis here, but again,
are actually going to be okay with that. Every game so far, they've put themselves on a timer. They want the roaming power from mid lane with the Rise into the Kassadin. Rather than have to worry about Kassadin level 16. Everybody knows that's going to be on the clock. Both of them will build Seraph's Rod of Ages. But the Kassadin will
I'm
be
not like
very
LS, maybe Dom, others out there that they have to stream. My life's not set up where my life revolved around my stream. I knew not to do that. And the other guys, my founding fathers above me, know that about me. So I'm not in a hurry to blow up overnight like LS did because, well, it doesn't look too pretty. So this is to... You know, we're not trying to blow Sodaron up. We're trying to slowly get a following, get going. Give it a year. You know, maybe summer split. Maybe we can get the next level going. Maybe start doing it in a couple weeks. Who knows? Got to get the VOD reviews going out. Got to get the numbers going, guys. You got to tell your friends, everybody out there on the internet, tell them about twitch.tv/Sodaron. I mean, it's not, you can remember it. Rocket Science can remember Sodaron. 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 It's just like soda. Just like taking a can of soda. It's what Sodaron does, and you can start following me. Maybe we'll start doing it to people, trolling them on the internet and showing you how I operate, right? I haven't showed you how I might be one of the most self-proclaimed best internet trolls ever. The ones that know me in real life and my EverQuest stories back then. Not that I am now, but I was when I was younger. And why would you go and tell people you're a troll or an internet troll? But maybe showing more of it is what I'm saying. So I'm saying tell your friends about the Sodaron channel and tune in, and maybe we'll start showing a little bit more of what we can do. So make sure to tell your friends, follow, subscribe. There's a YouTube channel. I'm plugging this because if you want to be a brand or a personality, you've got to get used to plugging your brand and selling your brand. That's just what you got to do if you're going to listen to Sodaron and be a follower. Look, just follow me, support me, and I really don't think we're going to go down a negative path. So help me support my brand and build, and I will help you build and support your own type thing. So, lead by example.
Later on, it's all about what can this Ryze do? Roaming to the Renekton lane, roaming to the Lucian Sona lane.
I feel like we've definitely seen some memes about R5 Renekton. Like, this is what we saved the great counterpick for. The big profit iron.
I mean, you can definitely see the bullet points here for Team Liquid. They're like, early game is king. So that's why all this talk about Gwen, we're scaling monster, multiple items going to be, massive threat.
Summit,
I guess they not early game enough for him. Go Renekton with the Sejuani. You can stun lock from 100% to 0. Sejuani stun stacks up so quickly with the Renekton W's counting as multiple swings, and we'll see it. Team Liquid, they're sticking to their guns.
I would like to see Keen.
We had the question coming in, are they going to have a completely different strategy? No, pretty similar.
It's still the Lucian first priority for Yon. I mean, this guy has put in so many hours between his time here in NA and then during
Summit,
the camp in Korea. But
poor
I do like the focus that
friends,
with Sejuani Renekton, that is a powerful 2v2 skirmishing topside against the K'Sante Wukong early. If you take advantage of that, maybe you get this snowball rolling for Summit.
Yeah, Team Liquid definitely going to try
go back and watch
hard
Worlds.
Early here.
I might do that
See
on my
what they can do on Harry's birthday. Both these teams, of course, did start the first week of the LCS at 0-2, so super hungry for their first win.
Yes, sir.
And one of them will achieve it. Unless we get a ribbon time or some extra rules start to come out. How can we have our first,
our first 0-3 for both teams? That would have to be some, beyond...
The double KO!
They both knock each other out. Both Nexuses explode. Or on the Rift for Game 4 of Week 2, Day 1 of the LCS between Team Liquid and Immortals. And for those that are just joining in...
I'm a big supporter of Dagda. And maybe I'll need Dagda to vouch for me someday. But I listened to Dagda last year. When I say I listened to Dagda, I mean, I think I remember waking up in the middle of nights with Dagda, talking in my head, where I listened to Dagda so much last year. He was on everything. That guy has a great voice. You can literally listen to Dagda and it just calms me down. I like Dagda as a caster. I don't favor him. The reason why I'm talking about him so much is the man is doing, and he's an example of what I'm trying to do this year. He went out and worked. The man worked. Dagda did. Dagda worked really hard today on their cast and Quickshot. So please give them some recognition. They had to work hard at their job today. It was a really long game really long match they had to broadcast and deal with a game delay on top of it. They pulled it off just fine. Dagda put in the difference, and this goes out to Dagda's friends that he may not want to say or whatever, but You know, Dagda led by example. You guys got to look and see how many hours Dagda put in last year. It was unreal how many hours Dagda put in. But he did it. I respect him. I don't respect too many people in the League of Legends thing. So, whoever I talk about is who I respect. And so, maybe I have some respect in League of Legends that I don't know about. Sodaron does, being around 10 years or whatever. Being a guy with, I mean, I have the leadership icon, summoner icon. It's the rarest one in the entire game. I have the mentorship icon. It's the rarest one in the entire game. Look it up. Freak didn't even have the leadership icon. He literally could not get it because of the way the honor system was rigged or whatever it was. It wasn't rigged, but I'm just saying you couldn't cuss. That's why, like, I went through Riot's system. That's who I am on camera. That's probably who Shox is trying to be, right? On camera. She's the example of the Riot system. Bloop. And that's who I am on camera. Doing League of Legends content. I do not like to cuss. I had to cuss to reach another realm of people that didn't think I was real. To show them that I'm real. I'm not a robot. So... But Dagda put in so many hours. You can't take that away from him. He earned whatever. He's on the LEC broadcast. He earned it. He's still doing the LPL. And so you've got friends out there that like know Dagda. There's you guys over there in the LEC, right? Like he's working. He's doing a lot of work. So shout out. It's not easy getting your brand built out there and stuff. Dagda, and I guess the reason I'm giving Dagda a plug and I support Dagda is his brand, because Dagda's not as famous as he should be, is basically what I'm saying. Like he's actually did so, and it's a problem I have. Sodaron, I put in the work. I've never had time to put in the work promoting. That's what I'm doing now. If you see me doing crazy stuff on Twitter or whatever, I'm making up for it. It's where I put in all this work like Dagda did last summer, but I put in so much work into my work that I never had time to promote my brand. And so like Dagda, he talked so much last year, he never had time to promote his brand and go online and promote his brand. So he's a guy that I'm trying to help, like on the side, that tell people about Dagda, help him, help support him, guys, because he put in the work last year. He did. I mean, how do we judge the better casters in League of Legends? Do we go by the hours they put in? Because I tried to watch a lot of LPL last year, and Dagda was on a lot of it, and then he was at all the other events at the end with Riot and everything. Some of you probably get upset that like Riot favored Dagda, for example. I don't know. I mean, again, if you heard the amount of hours the guy put in, and again, I try to defend and back Dagda because I know I'm in the same boat where I put many, many hours last year, and I have some of you fans out there that know and support me, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you because I would have gave up. And so it's like the same thing with Dagda, and so please help support him too. And he's got other LEC friends and stuff, but he did, I think, put in, like he's known, but he put in so much time into the actual work, and this is where Riot gets everyone every time, and I'm not going to let them. That you put in the work and they just steal from you. They take your credit. That's what they do. They did it to Blizzard. So, I mean, maybe there's more interest in it to begin with. The beginning of Riot Games was literally somebody was like, hey, we like Warcraft 3 over in China, and what we would like you to do is copy that game, because they did have some fan art and stuff over there in China that was a lot better than the League of Legends stuff, so maybe it was designed, copied there to begin with. Who knows? Just saying. Maybe I don't know that about it. Who knows? Maybe I solved some big mystery. Mystery solved.
Hello, it's Rafa and Kobe. We're going to have a good time here, folks.
Yes, we are. All right, so early game plans. Looks like it's going to be difficult for Immortals to try and get any deep wards, try and track PO6 early path. Sejuani is quite capable.
So Summit's doing what you're supposed to do. He's hiding in the brush. So the point is what's going to happen is if he takes a trade here, Revenge will not be able to attack Summit, or Summit will be able to first attack him because he'll see him in the brush, and Revenge will not have vision on him, so he will not auto back. Summit will have taken probably 2 or 3 autos over Revenge in the trade and win.
Of doing 3 camp level 3 ganks, so you do have to be a little bit worried there. Wukong definitely wants to farm a little bit more than Sejuani to be operational. Sejuani is pretty good on low econ.
Yeah. And it's not like you can't skirmish as Wukong, but you definitely feel more comfortable when you hit that level 6. That's when the Cyclone power comes real.
Certainly.
So Sona, I guess, is what Team Liquid's saying is the opposite of Nami.
Meanwhile, of course, since they do have the Kassadin pick here early on, Ablaze going to try and CS as best he can until
now
he gets
that maybe
has to
I
go
get
back
this
for his
game
first teleport.
a little bit more since I've solved
Summit
the
going to
mystery.
make sure there's no invade from Revenge.
Yep.
If you're just tuning in now at the very beginning,
And I'm not saying like the mystery now. I'm saying from the beginning the mystery. But
the block here, we had a little vlog from Revenge with Pioshik caught up.
And so here we go again.
Getting of side here before the game, and he's Pioshik said he was going to go pretty hard on Kenvi. A game vlog from just tuning in now at the very beginning of the block here. We had a little vlog from Revenge with Pioshik caught up with him
if you
outside.
Notice Blue had
we had a little.
Blue had vision in this brush.
Vlog from Revenge with Pioshik caught up with him outside here, but we had a little vlog from Revenge with Pioshik caught up with him outside here before the game, and he's Pioshik said he was going to go pretty hard on Kenvi, and Revenge is like, I'm going to level 1 invade you. So they guard against the level 1 invade from top laner after seeing what happened earlier today.
Trying to figure out what Kobe's saying.
I like to see it. From Tia, and Revenge is like, I'm going to level 1 invade you. So they guard against the level 1 invade from top laner after seeing what happened earlier today.
Luckily,
like to see it.
So I'm just making sure that his jungler has a clean start. We already saw what happened between the C9 CLG game. That's an early heal burn from 4JJ, Tactical and Fleshy making the trade happen. But Yon, are they just going to flash for flash? No, Yon respecting it, allowing that Tactical gets out alive, but they have a summoner advantage at least when it comes to 80 carry versus 80 carry.
Really heavy trading. Where are my junglers? I see heavy trading like that. Flash is blown already.
Come on now!
It's a Draven lane. I would have bet 3 camp, level 3 bottom lane, but that's solo queue, of course. Everybody's on that train right now. Level 1 still, but they're chugging through their potions very quickly. Very nice for Sona here on the low HPs, getting the heal right back up.
It's crazy to think that they're not even level 2
for Sona
yet.
here on their chugs. I would have bet trading like that. Flash is blown already.
Come on now!
It's a Draven lane. I would have bet 3 camp, level 3 bottom lane, but that's solo queue, of course. Everybody's on that train right now. Level 1 still, but they're chugging through their potions very quickly.
Right, guys, so
right now,
what's
bottom
going on
lane,
here?
But that's solo queue, of course. Everybody's
they're trying to
on
get
that
level
train right
2
now. Level 1 still, but they're chugging through their potions very quickly. Very nice for Sona here on the low HPs, getting the heal right back up. No problem. Pioshik over the ward.
I don't think Immortals can really do anything about Pioshik's invade. Bot lane is so chunked out from the prior scuffle. Kenvi is forced off the red buff, trying to take these prugs before Pioshik does anything about it.
I think this is just really, really well managed by Team Liquid because Yon and Core JJ get the better of the 2v2. There's nothing that Fleshy and Tactical could do in the heads up.
Yeah.
You know, they lost Flash on Tactical. This Draven only has Cleanse and has chugged all of his potions thus far. So Pioshik able to go for
Kobe's doing such a great job here telling me what's going on. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be saying right now.
All of his posts
kind of lost some thought.
Managed by Team Liquid because Yon and Core JJ get the better of the 2v2.
Job.
There's nothing that Fleshy and Tactical could do in the heads up.
Yeah.
You know, they lost Flash on Tactical. This Draven only has Cleanse and has chugged all of his potions thus far.
Okay, so Piasek gets
Pioshik able to go for a second pass on the evade. Fleshy coming back to try and threaten.
Like, at the end of the day, even if Pioshik doesn't get anything stolen, it's the pressure advantage that gives Yon and Core JJ more time to bring that out there.
Here comes Harry. Those Rise roams that we were talking about very, very early.
All right, he's going to start it up. Yon still has both summoner spells to play with. Yon takes it up first, takes it with the barrier. First blood goes over to Core JJ. Now Team Liquid have to get out scot-free. It's just a flash from Pioshik, but the dive is clean.
Really, really good strategy from Team Liquid. We set up in the champion select. Rise roam bottom. Yon also starting that out under tower. He has no fear because he still has flash as well. He's able to get the full combo on tactical under tower. Dashes right back out from tower range. Team Liquid finish it off. Yes, the first kill bonus gold is going to the support, but it's fine. It's in the bottom lane anyway.
Too?
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of extra gold to skyrocket the Sonex.
I mean, it actually, even though it's kind of jokey with support getting the first blood, it's so nice to have infinite mana on Sona. Core JJ went with the Fairy Charm plus the tier, so ridiculous amounts of mana here. And this is what we're talking about. Yon does a very good job.
I'm trying to do. I'm not
kites it right back out, has the extra shield there.
Smart about it.
The barrier as well, tanks the turret shot.
Straight up
and they take advantage of the Rise roaming into the Kassadin. Blaze Olive using his teleport as well is going to make life a little bit more difficult there, trying to leech his way up to level 6.
And it's a good early plan from Team Liquid. Yon and Core force the level 1 super hard, get sums burned off of tactical, and then they call Pioshik, hey, skip all your bottom side camps, come here now. We're gonna go for the pressure. We set up the dive, and this is the snowball that you want to see.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this is that Pioshik can also go top with Summit as we try to set up as well. So this Team Liquid, very early game oriented draft, yes, but it's also really hard to deal with because you can't just camp defend one side of the map here. And Harry, again, getting the early push on Rise, doing a good job, shoves a Blaze Olive in, gets another roam timer.
Revenge just finishing off another teleport. So now we're kind of in a cool state, we would call it the...
Oh yeah? We're cool right now?
Yeah. No,
we're chilling?
No fighting, yeah. Piss chilling right now. TL do have push on the
bottom
side, so Pioshik can look for this early dragon. Harry also has the cryo for himself as well.
Blues bottom jungle.
Nice assassination on the blast cone from Pioshik. He goes over, blows the blast cone, and comes back.
Nice drawing.
Able to finish this one off, no problem, as Yon is able to keep up the pressure solo. Core JJ can come right over. Dragon stacking, of course, really, really imperative when you have an early game comp like this.
Yeah.
Don't want to let any of these neutral objectives go over, so Dragon number 1 will be picked up from Team Liquid.
That's good. They got
can
the first
then
dragon.
Have plenty of time to turn their sights towards the Rift Herald.
Get the first dragon, that gives you a big advantage.
And Pioshik here going to just supplement Harry as he wails on a Blaze Olive under tower.
Yeah, great chunking. Allows Pioshik to cleanly move over to the top side, get themselves ready. Because now you have to, the next step, Rift Herald at 8 minutes. This is the time where you want to shift vision control over to that top side of the river. You already see Kenby trying to contest some of that with that control board.
Sweeping.
Yeah, trying to get some modicum of safety for himself. Meanwhile, Tactical...
I was having some brain thoughts here while this was playing out, listening to Kobe. How extreme I could take this if I wanted to. Because I do want to give you an A analysis, not LCK analysis, or not LEC analysis. I want to give you the NA analysis you want. At least if I'm talking about LCS games. Now, if I'm talking about LEC games, I might give you the level analysis that I would give you and they deserve over there. But when I'm talking about NA games, I'm going to try to give you LCS level analysis. And that's what I'm trying to do and what I'm working out on. And you might like my NA games more than you like my LEC games. So, who knows? That's what we're... I don't want to sound like an idiot when I'm talking to you. I don't want to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's just something I'm working out on. I want it to be funny and entertaining to you.
His flash wasn't quite up, so very dangerous.
What would NA
as he gets extremely low again? And
what would, if you've read my tweets and stuff, you know, I kind of tweeted out to Dom and LS there where I kind of I had an epiphany that we're fighting over whose region is better or what. It's not like we know what they are. They're already branded, Dom and LS and others out there. We know the LCK's brand. They're the best. You're never going to beat them. No one will. They already have the system in place. They already have, anyways, they started esports. And then China copied them. That's what happened. China gets to a point, it happened in Warcraft 3, where China's players got better than the Korean players. It's just how those... I don't want to give you world histories. It's not my job. I'm an American. I don't live over there. Anyways, I can just tell you what I've learned over here or hearsay or put things together. I don't know. But I can just tell you what I saw in Warcraft 3, where the top player was Korean, the top few, and then China eventually caught up a year or two later and then took it so far that it's just like not even fun anymore. But that was Warcraft 3, and this is a completely different game called League of Legends, created by Riot Games. So it's not the same game at all. So I don't really need or want to compare either of them. I'm just giving you a story, an example of something that happened in the past. Will it happen again? I don't know. If you read history, you look at things, they say it repeats.
And with the refillable potion, yeah, you can fill
Anyways, we're working on NA analysis. I think I've got the LCK analysis down. I think I could probably maybe be smart enough to work in that region on the cast if I really wanted to or tried to do maybe the LEC. Maybe I'm good enough work in that region on the content, the teams, or whatever I'm trying to do. LPL, completely different monster. I've tried. It's what I'm saying. Like Dagda put in a lot of time last year doing that, and this year, and the other guys that are doing that. There's some of you out there have to do a mix of LPL to get your start in the LEC or LJL or VCS or maybe like LFL. You know, maybe some of you out there aspiring to be a League of Legends pro, you don't want to try that lower region. Well, I mean, I've had a lot of people try pushing collegiate League of Legends on me, and I was against it. I think that if I went through the Riot system, I would have already been a coach or professional player by now, and I didn't. So I'm going to have to turn around, and I was going the wrong direction. I need to find out whatever direction it is Riot is going in, if I can find one, and go in that direction, wherever it may be, whenever I find it.
Back up when you go back and try and save money that way, but it doesn't heal for very much.
Okay, so Team Liquid right here, they're going to dive this turret, and they're going to dive fleshy and tactical.
Are they going to go for the 2v2?
Right under their own turret.
Times, they still know the flash fibers on their side. Yeon and Core, Yeon flashing forward. That's how you do it, babe.
Now, Yeon not only had his cake and ate it too, he had Fleshy's cake and ate it for him as well, and then shit it out. So he went a little bit, I don't want to say that, but again, I'm going for NA analysis. I don't want to say shit, but I have to over here in NA. Maybe if I'm doing LEC analysis, I don't have to over there, because I don't like that. I like the clean brand. Now, that's something they would say on broadcast over here in NA, so I've heard it before. They've let it slip a few times. That's what's really irritated me. The same game company that Says it fixes the world of toxicity and language. Lets their players say shit on the broadcast. Same company. It's just appalling that some company would be that far off in two different worlds and just leaving all this room in the middle for us to run around in and have fun, fam. It's just amazing.
Baby. This is the fearsome duo that was hyped up. Yeon and Harry, these...
Yeon used his flash and his barrier there to get a kill. And Core JJ used his heal. So that means that heal will be back up in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Whatever the math is from 7 o'clock on the middle there. 7. Yeon used barrier. That's the circle one. And then flash. Now, flash has a cooldown of 5 minutes. So if you took 7 and added 5 to it, you would get, what, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In 11 minutes, Yeon can flash again. So Yeon, I don't think he took a good trade because he got a kill, which was 300 gold. But he lost his flash and his barrier, and they won't be back up again till 11 minutes in the game. So up here, I'm pointing at it, but I keep forgetting you can't even see it. I mean, I'm stupid, aren't I? I'm an American. Right here. 7. At 11, he can flash again. That's the one where your character jumps forward through time.
These promotions from Team Liquid Academy, one of the most, if not the most, impressive academy team, maybe of all time, with the 2 carries getting promoted up here, and Yeon having a long history working with Core JJ throughout his academy career. Core JJ really trying to mold him into...
Now, Team Liquid put a ward down here. This is a control ward, and what it does is it lets you see things. And then what this thing down here is a ward too. Now, it's not a control ward, it's just a ward. And it lets you see things too. Now, the difference is the control ward, it reveals the wards. So if you buy one of these, it does 2 things. It reveals the wards and it lets you see things. Isn't that cool? It also will take these off the map. Then you have the vision wards that you can plant. Now, you can't have those unless you have the trinket lens, or you have the, what do you call it? I don't even remember. The Spell Thief's Edge. Then there's the sickle thing. I don't remember. Don't put a mark against me not knowing what the name of an ability is. There's the sickle looking thing. And then there's a shield thing. And then there was a coin thing that I think they just recently got rid of too. There's the relic thing. Then there's the Spell Thief's thing. Then there's the sickle thing. And then there's a relic shield thing or a coin thing. So you've got like 5 options being a support at the beginning of the game. It's a lot more than I had 10 years ago. So you could complain about it, or you could just sit back and enjoy it. At least you've got a cool item now at the beginning, and you've got incentive to play support. Who wouldn't want to be support? You get the strongest item in the game because at roughly 8 minutes, you get vision wards on the item, and you can click it and reveal things on the map. And wouldn't you know it, if you played around that, you can win.
To this aggressive player that he likes to play with, and now it's showing in the tower dives. Yes, week 1, 0-2, rough start for them, but looking a lot more clean here as they were able to keep track of Wukong. You mentioned as he cleared the ward on topside river, that's a go budge for bottom lane. They see Wukong clearing on topside, great.
I don't think Fleshy needed to flash there, but he used his flash anyways, so he died and lost his flash at the same time.
Dive him again. Barrier is back up for another tower dive from Jan.
Immortal starting to feel the pressure, so Kenvi might look Thompson.
I gotta take a 5-second here. I'll let the stream
here,
run. I mean,
good ward in the river should at least give Summon enough time if he sees danger to flash away safely. They're gonna look for it now. Third Q, all out from Revenge, gets him behind Summit. He pops the Dominant, the Cyclone knocks him up. Summit, I don't know if he's getting out of this one. It's the flash follow from Kenvi, and Immortals are on the board.
Summit getting ganked again. 100% of his time in the LCS, I feel like, always getting ganked. The Wukong level 6, it comes, it's inevitable. They're able to get the kill. Nicely done from Immortals. And they want to try and time that and turn that into some top lane control around this Rift Herald spawn, but looks like they're going for the double recalls up there. Not overreaching, as the possibility for the first move from bottom lane from CoreJJ and Jan is still too scary. Even after killing Summit, taking down the top laner so early, death timer's not very long, and with constant pressure from Lucian Sona on bottom lane, they'd be able to make it up there in time if you started out. So Pioshik says, fine, you kill my top laner, but I will be able to kill the Rift Herald. And that is worth a lot as far as snowballing these early game comps.
I did like the small hover from Jan and CoreJJ in that tri-bush. They just waited there in case they could make tactical and Fleshy believe we have to rotate over for this Rift Herald, and then boom, you still have that item advantage over them. You could have easily gotten a cheese.
Yeah, it's just the threat. This constant threat here. They shove you under tower, they can early move, hiding in the fog of war makes Immortals not even think twice about it. And Pioshik keeping up very nicely. I do, of course, admit very easy to play jungle when you have a lot of early aggressive, lanes. Just keeping up on his checklist here though. They got the early roam bottom, the ganks to get priority for bottom lane, turn it into the dragon, grab the Rift Herald afterwards as well. Now he's level 6. You can continue to force the pace of the game with that ultimate.
Yeah, just constantly keeping tabs on where Kenvi is. The fact that Pioshik has scattered him out 3 times at critical moments where Kenvi could have been on the bot side where Jan and CoreJJ were pushing in, it has given the freedom for both of these guys to act aggressively and just really exert their will onto the tactical Fleshy.
Okay, now for the Immortals side. We're looking at the clock, baby. Level 9 for a Blaze Olive. He's still counting. It is going to be a while, and there are a couple of difficult blocks in the road towards that level 16. Namely, when that Rift Herald gets used,
to make another cup
and
of
side
coffee,
lane turns start to go down, and Kassadin, the Kassadin that's... Never mind. The side lanes are just too painful. What a snipe
well, it looks
here.
like Eon and
can't even get any
CoreJJ
vision for themselves to defend. But anyways, the first roadblock they're going to have to do to make it.
Got
The side lanes are just too painful. What a snipe. Never mind.
What I missed.
And side lane turrets start to go down. And Kassadin, the Kassadin that's... Never mind. The side lanes are just too painful. What a snipe here.
Well, they won a 3-versus-1
can't even get
there.
any vision for themselves to defend. But anyways, the first roadblock they're going to have to deal with is once these towers start to go down and the split pushing begins, how do you deal with Renekton, Ryze, split pushing, your Lucian Sona,
I don't know how you
this
deal with Renekton,
immovable block
Ryze,
of pressure. Your split pushing begins. How do you deal with Renekton, Ryze, split pushing, your Lucian Sona, this immovable block of pressure?
I don't know how you deal with that.
Split pushing begins. How do you deal with Renekton, Ryze, split pushing, your Lucian Sona?
I mean, I know Summit
immovable block of pressure
can really get in your way.
It's really going to be difficult scrounging together enough experience even and buying enough time to get there.
You can just feel this giant grasp of just pressure closing in on Immortals.
They
haven't been able to take any outer towers yet. It's very still early on in the game.
I think that you get so much game that it's almost like too much at once. So spreading them out maybe throughout the week. You don't have to watch all your games all at once like Riot gives it to you guys. You can savor your games. That's what I do. I don't get... If I go and buy food, let's say at the grocery store, I don't go eat all of it all at once in the same night, do I? I try to spread it out throughout the week. Maybe wait till my next trip to the grocery store. Try to make it a week, maybe a month. Some of you out there waiting on a package once a week or when the next time you get it. you can learn that, you don't have to consume everything all at once. You can slowly just think about it. Try just a little bit, maybe consume just a little bit less than what you did, and a little bit less, and realize you don't have to eat all that food in one night when you buy it. You can save a little bit for the next day and the next day. So that type of thing. So anyways, we got a Herald, got Sona, got Rise, got Sejuani, got Renekton up top, shoving into Cassante. We got Lucian down bottom, shoving into Nami and Draven. 1v2.
Rift Herald going to crash in mid lane and could be the first of many to fall in just the next few minutes.
Yeah, they take it down to...
If I was analyzing the LCK or LEC, I would say that Lucian should be punished right here because he's in territory where he shouldn't be allowed. Now, since I'm analyzing the LCS...
One turret plate, heavily damaged, and will be an easy inflection
Lucian's
point.
right where
Dragons
he should
come
be.
up though, so don't want to over-invest. Just push out bottom, push out mid, start up this dragon, dare Immortals to come to you. And with a level 10 cast...
Just meaning that Lucian was shoving into an area 1 versus 2 that he shouldn't be by himself, in a lane that he shouldn't be.
Then I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, you still got a few more levels to wait on the clock
Cassante
before
just
Blazol
used
gets really played the game.
And the problem is he's going to have to 1v9 once he gets there too. It's not like, Tactical is a level 6 Draven with 60 CS.
Okay, looking for another one here. Summit finds himself overextended, but you might as well just try to give 1 kill over instead of a kill.
And so Summit's overextended right here.
An assist money, but Kemby is already here. Finally pops the Cyclone, and you know what? Summit may go down, but TL have the overwhelming amount of pressure on the bottom side of the map. Maybe it's the trade that they are just willing to take.
Now that's a nice skin that Rise has right here. This is one of my favorite skins in the game, and I don't have it. It's one of the only skins I have. All Faker's other skins, I don't have Rise. I need to buy the Rise skin.
It's actually going to get comical. I think we're going to have like a split long.
This is my favorite skin in the entire game. I don't have it.
It's actually going to get comical. I think we're going to have
on the map. Maybe it's the trade that they are just willing to take.
It's actually going to get comical. I think we're going to have like a split long, ganks on Summit tracker.
I like that skin because it has.
Maybe it's the trade that they are just willing to take.
I also like the Jax trophy from T1 from the first season because it has the trophy as Jack's weapon. He's hitting you with it.
To get comical, I think we're gonna have like a split.
But I like this
have
T1 skin because it puts
overwhelming amount of pressure on the bottom side of the map. Maybe it's the trade that they are just willing to take.
It's actually gonna get comical. I think we're gonna have like a split long, ganks on Summit tracker or something. We're gonna definitely have to gamify this.
Oh, nice flash from Fleshy. Pioshik. Ulti will not connect, but still, it's the pressure once again, Kobe. Like, Tactical and Fleshy just don't get to play the game.
So we got Piasek down here taking the Krugs while Core JJ and Yeon are down here taking the turret.
Yeah. Really, really good use of the draft tier 14 Liquid.
Again, I want to give you some more LEC, LCK advice, but I'm only doing LCS. I cannot give you more than you need.
Also, too,
you won't get it. We're just doing LCS games.
Early trade. If we're going to go all the way back in time to the origins here, Jan and Core JJ on that the level 1, full trade here.
Yeah.
Bullying a Draven off the lane like that, making him chug all of his health potions. If you can't keep your spinning axes up by having, access to the minion wave, then you can't trade anymore. You're not going to have that big damage boost. And really nicely thought out here by the TL squad and executed on for the early game. So 3.1 thousand gold and 2 dragons at 13 minutes. I think that definitely...
I'm glad I got Kobe there to point that out to me. It's 19.2k gold right here to 22.3k gold. So there's a 3k
hits
gold.
The mark that they're looking for. Yes, ideally, Summit's able to play weak side a little bit more cautiously, but is definitely an investment of resources as well with, flash from Kenvi in the first gank plus the ultimate, then second gank coming around as well. I think Team Liquid are okay.
Okay, now you've got Piasek coming in here to dive top lane. And Summit's shoved into the turret.
If Immortals are trying to spend all resources up there, because don't think Cassante is going to be able to 1v9 them.
I mean, we've seen Cassante do some pretty stupid.
And so now CoreJJ is sweeping out the area in case that blue team set a ward there that will see red team
1v9 them.
I mean, we've seen Cassante do some pretty stupid things in the past before, but with us recent B pass.
Well, how stupid can he get? Doesn't look like he's going to die here, but at least
can't
he
1v9 quite yet. Harry's in.
Now this was a greedy play on Harry. He was pushed up too far, and then Kassadin, he can ult every 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds, Kassadin can jump forward and hop on top of you.
Okay, level 11 for Ablaze, rank 2 ultimate. He's got the level lead on Harry.
Wait, Ablaze Olives, this is his birthday, man. You can't kill him. You can't kill him. That's illegal. No.
Luckily, Hari just knew the right distance there to not die from the last ult. Now maybe he got lucky there. There was some type of... looked like there was almost a flash burning there. Maybe that's part of T1...
Harry.
Wait, Ablaze Olives, this is his birthday, man. You can't kill him. You can't kill him. That's illegal. No. You don't respect the birthday rules. All right, Flash burned out of Harry. He gets out alive.
Nice Flash.
You don't respect the birthday rules. All right, Flash burned out of Harry. He gets out alive.
Nice Flash. If that Kassadin starts getting some kills, then that belief, that hope ignites in the hearts of the...
Might as well use your sweeper lens while it's up and the proc's up. Maybe there was a ward planted there for some reason. That was good on Harry's part, using his sweeper lens. Might as well.
Immortals. And that is their road back in. Ablaze, if he can start to get going.
He's going to be the key for the late game. But it's all going to be about if Immortals can stall it up long enough. And for TL...
So we've got Harry teleporting into the bottom lane. And so teleport is on a 7-minute cooldown. Now when it goes to level 14, it scales down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So Hari's cooldown time on this is 4 minutes and 30 seconds, let's say. So that would roughly be what, like 18 minutes and 30 seconds, 19 minutes when his cooldown time will be up and Hari can teleport again.
They've burned down the mid lane tower officially. They're getting pressure ready to sink in towards the top side of the map as well. That Rift Herald's coming up in the next minute.
Yeah. I think ideally here, so the difficult play, of course, is the play from the Immortal side. Ideally, they're able to get enough wards down that they can maneuver Kenvi into a spot where he can gank with a Blaze Olive. If you have Flash plus Wukong ultimate, and you're able to get this Kassadin, who also has Flash, the kill onto Yon. That is a big gold bounty that puts a big stop to this snowball that Team Liquid have created. That is the ideal play for them if there's any possibility of them getting a trailing play off.
Okay, so Kobe's trying to say that they're trying to get a kill, I guess, some big play off on a Flash. Wukong can get you back into the game if they can make some type of
And look
play.
at that. On the minimap right now, Wukong actually trailing Kassadin. They're hoping for it, but is not going to be towards the Lucian.
So I guess if Wukong flash and ult you and then Kassadin ults on top of you, then you'll die.
Going to be second Rift Herald here, started up and presumably taken by Team Liquid. CoreJJ hovering Harry here so he doesn't get dove on the tower.
And he's out of vision too. I think Kenvi finally spotted him once he approached the tri-bush, but up until then, it was there to make sure that Harry doesn't get dove.
Yeah, I mean, I like the forethought from CoreJJ, from Team Liquid. They know they don't have to...
And so Team Liquid just got the second Herald there. So what they'll do is they'll take the Herald buff and they'll go to a lane and shove the turret down with it. I took some notes here, but I don't even know if they're relevant in this game or not. It said Summit TP'd at 5 minutes and 25 seconds, hyphen 11 minutes and 25 seconds. At 6 minutes and 12 seconds, this does not cost The support item involved, but still winning lane. I guess I was taking some support item involved time down. I don't know. I think these notes are irrelevant now. Oh, here's some other. These are cooldown timers. I mean, if you want to learn math, just go take math. Learn. I guess I gotta sit here and teach you how to tell time too.
Invest all resources into taking top Rift Herald. They're expecting Immortals to try and make a cross-map play and then protect again.
And so Renekton just EW'd Revenge. So he dashed forward and then W'd him, which stunned Revenge. It's a combo that Renekton has.
Still has Flash to play with, so he should be fine. Nice W use, gets out of the way, stunned up, but he's not going down.
Nope, too tanky. Even for Sejuani Renekton at this stage, but they're not really looking for a kill. They're looking to push the pace, take down the tower. Second outer tower now taken for Team Liquid, and Pioshik does have a Rift Herald number 2 if they want to really turbocharge their push on the bottom side.
Team Liquid doing everything pretty much right so far. I mean, you once again,
when the first turret goes down, normally then the bottom lanes go middle lane. And you want to do that because if you notice that marksman champions in League of Legends, they don't have dashes. So when they get caught out 1v1 by really any other champion in the game anymore, because just the way the game's evolved, that if you're in a solo lane, we've got a guy up top that has 2 dashes now. So, I mean, the play and things were so bad in the game, they had to give you dashes. And then it got so bad that they have to give you 2 dashes because you complain so much and die so much. So now, not only do they, if you make a mistake, you can make 2 mistakes and come back. And then, like, Casante's even got his ult can get him out of there, and then his Q can get him out of there. I mean, I don't even know how you can die with Casante, but I guess it's possible.
The level 16 Monk of W Kassadin.
3 stacks in the Rod of Age.
That's right. I mean, he's stacking on up, and right now, Blaze Olive is going to be the person that everyone on the Immortal side looks to be their hope and savior if they can stall long enough. Team Liquid, though.
So what we had there was a Blaze Olive ulted into this brush so you couldn't see him.
Just the way that the pressure,
you can't see him because you don't have a ward planted there.
Mounting up, I feel like you can't just look for soft dives. There's like, oh, okay, well, Core JJ's here. You're going to have to invest a little bit more, take a flip, and take a chance. 5,000 gold down, Rift Herald, second one casted. This is all 3 outer towers gone.
So what's going to happen here is Team Liquid's going to, all 4 of them are going to come down here in bottom lane. And it's going to take all 4 of them to get 1 turret. Now, normally 1 guy or 2 guys, if I'm playing solo queue, I'm smart enough that I can get this turret by myself. Well, on a good day. Normally I can't. What the game gives me. So, Team Liquid's going to take 1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys, a cannon minion, a wave, half a wave. PySX even sweeping this out. Just, I don't know why he's that bored. I don't know. I mean, Team Liquid looked pretty good to me. Summit's up top. I don't even know. He's playing against a guy that has 4 dashes, basically. 4 get out of jail free cards. I can't even imagine, like, why don't you just get a Zanya's first item on Cassante just to go ahead and make it even more ridiculous. I think when I play him, that I'm going to get a stopwatch first. Just so I don't die.
On at 17 minutes.
Yes, sir. And they can definitely get the second charge off as well. 4 members of Team Liquid hovering down here. So push it in, get your second Rift Herald charge, then retreat towards Dragon. Do pass go, do collect Dragon soul point. Meanwhile, topside gank there. 3
so what we've got up here is we've got
Dragon
3 members
Meanwhile,
of
topside
Immortals
gank
trying
there.
to fight
3 members
Summit,
trying to punish
1
Summit
versus 3.
again. The Team Liquid punching bag.
Yeah. As soon as Fleshy shows, it means that...
And they're also shoving a wave into Summit. So not only that, we've got 3 people trying to gang up on Summit right here. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minions also doing damage on Summit. So Summit's got 3 people trying to fight him right now. So also then down bottom lane, you've got 4 people down bottom shoving the bottom lane turret.
Then Immortals need to make this dive work. They have to get something down. Revenge just goes for the turret kill so they don't have to deal with turret shots. Summit is doing everything he can, flashing forward to see if he can take out the fish, spear up some sushi, but it's not on the menu tonight.
Oh, well, Summit almost got out of that.
One thing remains true. Immortals will kill Summit again. They take his tower. They take his life. Is it going to be enough extra gold for them to be able to stall out this game, though, because it's such a quick pace?
That's a really nice skin, though. I do say I like the T1 Rise skin. Please go out there and buy and support. Maybe you can show your support of Sodaron. Go show Riot Games, buy some Rise T1 skin.
For them to be able to stall out this game, though, because it's such a quick pace. Set here by Team Liquid. See about the transition over, though. They're actually being
trying to recall back, but he decided that he's got to move up now. Sustain range of Neon.
I will say it's pretty admirable from someone willing to sack his KDA and stats for the season, just to make sure that TL made all this pressure on the bottom side work out for them.
So now he's going down here to drag to help
pass me some basketball.
There you go, buddy.
I do love me some Copium. Nice flavor you have here as well.
Yeah, strawberry.
Honestly. Team Liquid, though, they knew what they were doing.
Summit there doing his job. He's clearing out some vision because he got the what would we call this? The red side bottom Scryer's bloom. He went ahead and cleared that out, even though they really don't need it here because they're taking the dragon anyways. But they're smart. They're not going to leave it there just to leave it. You might as well get some vision on the map.
And honestly, it's a price well paid. Dragon Soul.
Summit, again, he's doing his job. He's showing you. You guys are going to say now he's a bad player because he's got 3 kills. Or, I mean, he's died 3 times.
5 minutes.
Now, to me, a guy that's died 3 times, it still has the same amount of gold that Cassante has there. Well, he knows how to do his job, I would say.
Away. And with so much space, too.
I mean, what's the difference here? Cassante's got 170 CS and 2 kills, but he's got 1 item and half an item. Renekton's got 1 whole item and his T1 boots. Cassante's got his T1 boots. Renekton's got his half first item. Cassante's got his half first item. Okay, so he's got like a half of an item over Renekton. He's literally got, what, like 80 HP? Is it 40 HP or 80? The Ruby Crystal. I think it's 40. But I don't work for Riot Games, and they don't pay me money, and I've never made a dime doing this shit, so don't expect me to be right about is that 40 hit points or not. Now, you go and ask the people that work for Riot what it is, and they'd have to go Google it, so how are they to judge me by being a guy that's not good or know what I'm talking about when I can do and master all their BS they talk about right over top of them, and that's still not good enough for them. It's probably jealousy is what it is, or maybe it's fear. But fear isn't real, so get over it.
I know a lot of people have always talked trash on the Cloud Dragon, but the Cloud Soul was not only buffed, but it gains a lot of value when you have a team like this that wants to play the whole map. So you have the...
So Team Liquid, they went down on the bottom side of the map here, and they placed a vision ward here, 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 and here, down on the enemy side of the jungle. So that allows them to see down here where normally it's dark on the map.
The entire map you're running around, trying to split push, trying to get, your Rise Realm Warp to get these minion wave rotations done. And if you have the extra move speed to do it, and then you also have the extra all-ins here with your ultimates popping for the extra chase down, then, like Jan can make these big chase down plays with the Lucian. Yeah. Essence Reaver is done for him. A lot was said about the power of the...
Got Pyasek here doing his job. Yeah. Now, he's clearing out the vision. That's what he's paid to do, and he's doing his job. So I don't know what more fans want him to do. What more do you want him to carry?
setting up in the previous game. See if Jan can have similar impact. He certainly did in the lane phase. I mean, just look what they did to this Draven. Look what they did to him.
Yeah, and it's a breath of fresh air for all of the Academy fans that were waiting to see this guy make a...
Now, Yeon's down here clearing a wave out, and he's shoved into the enemy territory, which means he's on the blue side of the map. But now, since the tower is down, that means that actually red team own that side of the map now.
Probably should have been a TL win, but TSM, great surprise and just great gameplay on their end to actually close that game out and put TL in a situation where they're starting out 0-2. But I think their scrims and whatever they've done in review have been really productive to just have, you know, a very, very different look than what we saw in week 1.
All right. 3 stacks on the Rod of Ages and level 13 Kassadin. You get your bonus level when you max out your Rod, so getting that towards the end. Still hope for Immortals, because that Kassadin with a Wukong ultimate
going to a solo lane here. He'll probably go bottom lane or top lane, since
and if
those were solo
falls,
lanes,
that
the middle
big
one is not
stack
a
of
solo
gold
lane, so
goes
the other
into
two
a Blaze
are
all
his
in hands. You know,
2 options.
They actually can turn it around. Winnable, as they say. 2 minutes, 50 seconds, though.
Blaze Olive already using his power to face check for the team, because if he finds a Glacial
Eon's
Prison,
going to go ahead and get the red buff here, because
should be
that's
able to
the best person
not
the red
face
buff's
any
on,
difficulty getting up in the face of Team Liquid. And it's so important for
everybody
them
does
to
it, just
really
like
contest this
the
vision,
buff
because if they
goes
just
right
let
on your mid laner, because
TL run them
everyone
over
says so.
in terms of fog of war control, I mean, then there's no way you're getting in position to take out Yawn.
All right, let's see about it. We've got Summit split push on bottom side. Unleash teleport is ready. Looks like Cassante going to match him now. See how far he can get it in. Rest of Team Liquid, when you've got your split pusher with the wave advantage, easily rotate over to Baron, clear all the vision, make your opponent sweat, see what extra resources you can get out of them.
Piasek, what he did right there was he landed a Sejuani ult. Now, most of you out there will say that he would always miss this or never land it. So I'm going to go and rewind it again and
extra
show
resources.
you that Piasek can land skill shots. I might even take a note about this and make a big deal about it, about how Piasek, 2 minutes and 21 minutes, 14 seconds into this game, Piasek lands a great skill shot out of no vision. He had no vision here of the enemy, so
get out of there.
Random skill, I don't know. Maybe he was just throwing it out there.
Sweat, see what extra.
But either way, he landed one, and you fans out there, you can't say a bad thing about him now.
Extra resources you can get out of it.
You can't say Piasek is bad.
Okay, dead center on Kenvi, but he uses the clone to get away. Flash, Cyclone.
He even dodged that slow.
Harry popping the Realm Warp. Do they continue the chase? Yes, they do, for his birthday, baby. He's going to flash out, still gets hit by the tidal wave, and now here comes the all-out from Revenge. He finds Yeon, he looks for Assassination 10. That's huge for him.
And so what happened there was Yeon got caught out by Cassante. Now, Cassante has 2 dashes, a knock-up on his Q, and an ult that can make him dash through the wall and knock you up. So I really don't know how Lucian would have won that fight, but if he did, I would have called it a miracle.
Immortals, and now can they turn the heat on? A Blaze Olive, Rift walking into the team. It's still 4 members to 4, but Immortals, can they have the firepower? Huge for Revenge and Blaze Olive! The Immortals solo laners shout all the doubters down, and Team Liquid are floundered. Harry finds one back, but that's a huge turnaround for the Immortal squad.
It certainly is. They got the big shutdown. It didn't go into the Kassadin, but Revenge, a happy recipient of that one. Nice job by him. He flanks Yeon, ults him across the longest wall over, is able to finish him off before Yeon could even flash. Beautiful assassination there from Revenge on the Cassante. Let's take another look at how it started, though. The pick from Pioshik, nicely started. They are not juked at all. They immediately chase on Kenvi. Realm Warp here, full commitment. They know they can finish. And it's just the Hail Mary from Immortals. The teleport in, Revenge right next to Yeon. Yeon doesn't get to move until the very end there. So no flash from him upon arrival of Revenge, and instantly gets kicked through the wall, taken out of the game. And then the chase down here, Blaze Olive tries to start out. They get the slow. Revenge gets a really nice two-person Q number 3 to lock them both back in. Harry, though, is not giving this one up easily. He put in a lot of work here and is able to fight him off, get one back for Team Liquid. And it's just in time for the Dragon arrival. 20 seconds on the clock. Recall from Harry does have Unleashed Teleport to join for the Dragon Soul fight.
And while Team Liquid still have a decent 5,000 gold lead over Immortals, that is huge in terms of just stalling out the game and making sure the TL can't just run you over. Pioshik has this flank on the backside. Who does he look for? I imagine that a Blaze Olive and Revenge have to be at the top of your list for people you want to hit with that Glacial Prison Summon, and Pioshik now making the left side flank, forcing them away from the Dragon. You can get important cooldowns, even if you don't win the fight or you don't get any kills off of it, you can always just go back to the Dragon and take the prize that you want. Prison down onto Revenge. He's forced out. He doesn't go down. The Blaze Olive Rift Herald's away. Summon turns on to Kenvi. The Monkey King goes down. Team Liquid this time, they're fighting on their own terms, and they forced away the important carries, and TL will take their claim.
There's so much to take right now for Team Liquid. They're going to go grab the Baron. Are they going to try and make sure there's nobody sneaking around towards the Dragon? It looks like they're confident enough. Oh yeah, Summit's kind of debating if they want to keep any eyes on it, but teleport used here for Immortals. They're coming to actually contest.
To Blaze Olive. All right, we've seen steals from many different types of champions, Pioshik, but it's okay. Pioshik's trauma will not come back to haunt him again. There's no Varus in this game. You have no fear, buddy. And now Team Liquid get to move on over to the Dragon. They look for a pick, maybe.
We're up over there.
Just wondering if Immortals is going to take this fight here, because
JJ on that side of the Realm Warp doesn't go inside the pit, but it doesn't matter. They also get the Cloud Soul. There was a little spark there of hope for Immortals. Revenge is able to get the assassination on Yon in the previous team fight, but Team Liquid, they are not deterred. Good focus from them. To just re-engage, set up another pick for themselves. So much damage dealt to Revenge in the beginning of that fight. They had the health lead on the front line, so they're able to just run them all back. And unironically, Summit did a good job, distracting and baiting so many cooldowns. He uses a slice and dice plus the flash. Summit. He got the Nami ult plus drew them all over to the side, gets his Gore Drinker heal off, so he lives there in the critical team fight, drawing everything out so that Harry and Yon can just burn through the enemy front line, and Team Liquid make it over the edge. That's the last big hurdle here for them. Now with Baron plus the Dragon Soul, much easier for them to return to the siege.
Summon also pushing on the bottom side of the map, getting this minion wave prepped in synchronization with TL's mid-wave push. They find Revenge, he's stunned up. He's tanky all right, but is he tanky enough? I don't think so. Team Liquid find the kill onto their superstar tank, but Harry is sacrificed as a resort, getting cut off by Immortals, but that's okay. They still got firepower in their young rookie prospect in Yon, being able to gun down. Tactical's gone. Fleshy is speared up once again. Pioshik just distracting Kenvi. Doesn't even matter if he wins the 1v1. He just needs to buy time because Team Liquid have their sights on the base.
Again, fans.
Team Liquid are inside. Pioshik and Kenvi playing jungle tag over here in the river. While the rest of the team assaults the level 16 Cassidy.
All right, he's level 16 of Blaze Olive. Do you have the firepower? Do you have the 1v9 potential? Oh no, he goes golden. Someone takes up the first turret shot. A Blaze Olive Rift walks out. Nexus is exposed. You don't even have to kill the Cassidy. Just go for the...
I feel like you guys named him like that because it's like the Shy, but it's Flashy, and there's probably some joke and all this. Ha ha ha.
But they add up.
Wait till I get to make jokes out of you.
To the KDA, Team Liquid take their first win of the spring split.
Team Liquid stick to their guns. They draft super strong.
So that was
side lanes, roam lane in the middle. Immortals draft right into it too with the Cassidon pick there. That's just going to mean Rise. Full lane prio. Full roaming prowess there for Harry. Happy birthday. He makes the critical level 4 roam to bottom lane with Pioshik after the secondary jungle invade. And as soon as they successfully make that tower dive off of the hard work that Yannick or JJ had put in, that early game was determined.
This is what Team Liquid wanted to show back in week 1. But the synchronization, the comms, maybe it was the nerves from both Harry and Yang being the newest players to the LCS. But getting used to it, all it takes sometimes is week 1 to get back into review. I mean, you look at some of these young guys, they grind so hard, especially Jan. He puts in so many hours off cameras, off screen.
Well, that's the
staying
Team
even
Liquid
long before
Immortals
everyone else goes home just to get one more solo queue game. This guy wants to be one of the best.
Thank you, everybody out there. Twitter, Twitch, follow Sodaron.
Nice tower dives, Team Liquid.
Twitch.tv, Sodaron.
Well played, well played. They're on the board with a win. They've been very outspoken about wanting to win through hard work, be the hardest working team in the LCS. Since they started week 1 at the bottom, now they're starting to climb their way up.
For Immortals, a 0-3 start, not ideal, but talking with their general manager, they know that they have a lot of hope and vision for what this team could be. And even though that they would ideally like to have a strong start in spring, you can't always get what you want, but if you trust the process, they know the players that they really want to elevate and really build around. It just takes time. And I think one of those players is definitely Kenvi, who now working with someone like Xmithy, who he has a lot of admiration for, affectionately calls him Papa Jake, off-screen as well. He is someone that we know, especially from the academy scene, has the makings of being a great jungler. He just needs
right now. Now our goal, we're trying to get this off the ground, and
be the guidance that he
going
needs
well, actually.
And I think every team in the league is looking at Immortals and being like, they need an extra push. This team
the first step is the Twitch
to work against right now. Climbing up from the bottom here. We'll see if they can make it budge, make any of these teams budge, because this year the LCS, every team is pretty improved a lot.
Yeah.
So it's looking pretty stacked here. Looking up those standings, it's going to be a hard-fought battle here for Immortals. Hopefully, we can see some good improvements.
I'm just trying to build.
Yeah, and I think Immortals recognize that too. Like, I mean, every single team came in with a strategy to rebuild their roster for 2023. Some
FPLG.
Follow
that was their strategy. Like, we don't need to change anything. We got everything we want right here, right? But everyone started adding in some younger talent, some adding in some veteran pieces to really facilitate the younger talent that they have. Everyone has a different approach to how they want to go about it. But we're going to see how that all unfolds as as we track all the teams into the spring split. But for now, we're going to be joining Emily Pioshik and Core JJ for our Verizon postgame interview right now.
I think it's already something great.
Hello, I'm here with victorious CL members Pioshik and Core JJ. So thank you for joining me.
That's what we're trying to do, get the word out there.
Thank you.
Because
first, I did want to ask Pioshik, and I'm going to be relying on Core a little bit for translation here.
Interest or need. There's many involved.
You obviously did not have the successful start that you wanted in week 1.
Anyways, so it's not going to take off overnight and blow up. It's growing well, so thank you. We're going to keep working on it. There's the point I was making is it's the Sodaron, this brand, it's not about me. So it's not my personal brand. There's many others, you fans, followers. It's an outlet, a source, a brand for whoever's involved. That's why it's not my name. It's a lot of people out there get caught up in this, but a lot of these brands or people, there's more than just the person involved, right? Like, I would just say, I'll give you an example. Monte Cristo, right? When you think of Monte Cristo, it's not just him involved, right? You don't hear about his marriage or anything, and that's another cool thing about Monte, is publicly he doesn't go and talk about his wife and kids or marriage or whatever. He keeps it private, which is exactly how I agree with things. If they want to put those things out there, they put the things out there. If they don't, they don't. I am just saying that, like Monte there, for example, though, he has a support. Monte has a strong support. Others may not. So there are others that have brands. So like mine, I don't want it to be my personal brand. It's not mine. There's others that know me, my family, my mom. It's my mom's brand, my aunt's brand. It's my friends that know me personally, that are involved, that helped me get this going last year when nobody cared. Nobody wanted to view. They gave the first views. They're probably out there still helping it go and grow and proud and don't even tell me. I don't know. But it's not my brand. It's their brand. That's the difference. So, like, my brand is like that. I'm pretty sure Monty's brand is like that. Some do personally think, like LS, for example, his brand might be just him or how he views it. It's his. So be it. That's how he wants to be, not mine. And I would like to grow my brand with others that already have really good, well-known brands. I don't care about my brand. I know who I am at the end of the day. So keep that in mind, because I may have never grown it anyways if I didn't have the others that are already well into this advising me, telling me, pushing me. I would have been a nobody. I know I have the talent and skill and everything put into it. It's just I didn't have the interest. I really don't have the interest now until I have a partnership or other half, because there's a lot that just doesn't motivate me, that I don't care, that I'm missing in my life. There's another half that I don't have. I don't have a support. I've done enough solo lane in my life that I don't like it. It's boring. So it gets better when you have your other half. I'm aware of this. My parents were married for 36 years. My grandparents were married over 60 years. I've seen that work. I've seen good marriages that worked. I had them. That's been my problem in life, is I could not find my other half. It took me years and years and years. Still haven't found it. Still searching. After a while, you kind of give up, and you start giving up on yourself. And, maybe you get a spark and you start caring a little bit more and growing it a little bit more and a little bit more. But I'm just saying, when you're on your own, you don't care. So my brand, Sodaron, is not me. It doesn't benefit me personally. There's many involved with it, and involved into other brands and associated. There's many loyal people that I've followed and helped support for years, that now that I have a platform and a voice, they may help me back in return. So thank you for getting behind me and supporting me, and my friends and everyone out there. What is it? It's almost Valentine's Day soon, right? What is everybody going to do on their Valentine's Day? I'll probably be streaming this game. It's on a Tuesday. Well, that does it for the Team Liquid Immortals game. With my analysis might have been a little bit off this game. I mean, I'm working some kinks out. I'm trying to give you, when I do